reviewing that show. We're here to review that show. And if you think we can't, we can still review that show. All the people be trying to review like us, but you know they can't. It's Marty, and that's it.
So big.
But yeah, so I'm enjoying my
Hulu?
yes. Alright, so
Welcome to Hulu, my friend.
Hulu, if you're used to Hulu is the most intimidating streaming app. Like, you know those commercials that they have now where they're like, don't do Hulu. That's me. Don't do Hulu. Is that?
That's mine, but I'm saying you can have it.
Oh, appreciate you, brother. I'm pretty sure I got one in the car though. But actually, you know what? I'm cool actually too. But so you ever watch those commercials where it's like I forget Sofia Vergara and Joe Maglinelli, I think is his name, or Magla something.
Oh, your boy from True Blood, the wolf?
Yeah, the wolf. And they're like, don't date Joe, blah blah blah, because he's gonna ruin men for you forever.
So he's gonna.
Yeah, because the joke is like if you they're saying it's like Hulu, don't try Hulu. Hulu will ruin every other streaming service for you.
That's what it's done for you.
Yeah, and it really has. It's so intimidating because not only do they have everything I kind of said I'm signing up for, My Hero Academia. Mm-hmm. Also, okay, had a quick panic. Remind me to tell you about my quick panic moment.
All right.
When I watched my first episode. But not only do they have everything I signed up for, but on top of that, they have all the shit from my childhood. I started typing in other shit just to see. I wanted to see if they had All You're Afraid of the Dark.
They have
so I'm
it.
like, they do?
No. They used to have it. I don't know.
They used to have it?
They used to have All You're Afraid of the Dark.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
So
they don't have it no more, but I know Wonder Years is on that bitch.
Wonder Years is on there?
Wonder Years had me fucked up.
Damn. So of course I put Doug on that because I'm like, I gotta remind myself how Doug was an asshole.
Yep. Thank you, Roxy.
Doug was trash.
Thank you, Roxy.
Rugrats?
Rugrats is definitely on there. I watch a lot of Rugrats.
Oh, dude, it is escaping me right now. I haven't put it on my phone yet, but there was just a ton of stuff I just went through, and it was just like, well, wow, man, this is very fucking intimidating. And then there's this movie Annihilation, starring fuck your girl from the first Thor. What's her name?
Natalie
Portman. Natalie Portman, yeah. Stars Natalie Portman. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I really wanted to see, and Oscar Isaacs. And I'm like, oh, I really wanted to see this. And there it is. And like most of the things, like I could get away with just Hulu, dude. Like I
like the 1-2 punch, dog.
You like the 1-2 punch? Oh no, don't get me
having
wrong.
them both just works. Like I feel like
if I had to make a hard decision though, if I had to make a hard decision between say Netflix and Hulu, just off of the day that I've spent with it, dude, I would go with Hulu.
You only can say that in the light now also of there are no more Netflix Marvel shows, so you don't have that strong ass goddamn hook.
Well, here's the thing though too. You know what Hulu has? A non-canceled Marvel show.
You gonna watch The Gifted or not?
Yeah.
The Gifted's on there, bruh.
It is on there. Oh, guess what else is on there?
Runaways.
Legion.
Legion's on there?
Legion is on there. Season 1. Yep, it's in my list.
I've seen season 1,
Add to
but
your
watch
stuff.
it. Yeah,
Remember I said I had to go back
you gotta go back
and
and watch it, dog. But I gotta
Yeah.
see season 2 of Legion. But definitely I hear that.
My coworker's been telling me to watch this show called what is it? Killing Eve.
I've heard of it.
You heard of it?
Yeah.
She's been telling me for the longest time to watch it. And I was just like, well, when it becomes easily available for me to watch it, that's when I watch it. And sure enough, I got Hulu, and there it is. And I haven't watched it yet, but it's another thing that I've added to my stuff. Because there's so much stuff. That's not fair. It's not fair. It's really not fair.
Everyone listening is hearing Marty's virgin get popped. The Hulu cherry has been popped.
Oh hell yeah, man! I went back to Hulu and said, "Can you do that again?" It was amazing.
You making me feel like I'm not taking advantage of I don't appreciate my Hulu as much as I should.
Well, dude, I don't know what to tell you because I want to savor things. It's like I know we're in this Hulu is a binge watcher's dream. It's just like I was watching. So I bought the first season of Fresh Off the Boat. And it's one of, when you very first sign up, they hit you with all these things like, tell us what you like, tell us what you're into. And that was one of the things I hit.
You got regular Hulu or Hulu Plus?
Regular Hulu.
All right.
$7.90. Well, there wasn't a $5.99 package anymore. It was a $7.99.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because my dude Mike, dog, they got the Super Hulu.
What's that like?
Oh man, see now if I only had Super Hulu, then I could not ever think about Netflix again, because Super Hulu gives you like everything. Like okay, like right now you might go on, Atlanta's on there too, but right now you might go on there and just Legion season 1. No, you have all the Legion. Oh, I only get this. No, they give you everything. No commercials, son.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Watching Runaways with those bullshit commercials,
commercials, and you get all the seasons of most of the things that you love that come on. You even get a lot of the shows that have live, like you get the next day airings and shit.
How much more?
I don't know. I never looked it up.
Hulu.
Never looked it up. Never looked it up.
Gold or whatever the fuck that is.
I just call it Super Hulu.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just call it Super Hulu. It's Hulu plus Ultra.
Like. I'm super excited. I've never been happier
to go home.
Subscription. Well, no, yeah, that too. Well, here's the thing though. I've been under the gun the last day because we shot this New Year's Eve party, and they've been kind of hitting us up for the video. So I literally had to just let the computer go into safe mode and not turn it on, because there's just no way I could sit in front of it and not click the next episode of something. Yeah. So as soon as that was done, we're supposed to go out and shoot, or at least celebrate, because the video's done, everybody's happy, they love it. So it's like, yeah, let's go out and celebrate. No, I want to watch 2 more episodes of Runaway. God damn it! I put my fucking feet up, rolled up a nice, you know what? Yeah, man. And watched 2 more episodes, and fell asleep in front of the goddamn computer. But never been more happy with the subscription service. You've been telling me about it. I should get Hulu. You've been saying it for a while. And I think you were the one who told me it the most. You and my coworker who told me to watch that show. Y'all both are the ones who told me the most. And I must tell you both, I am sorry I didn't listen. I am so sorry I didn't listen. I remember when Hulu was free technically. Like they had the paid subscription, but you could still kind of go and watch like certain shit there, right? And I would kind of go there and watch my Fox shows, my Empire, if I would miss it before the DVR or whatever. I would kind of do that, and then eventually the little tab that they would for the free people went away. Yep. Like it just disappeared.
No more.
Yeah. And so after that point, I didn't fuck with Hulu after that. Right. But now I'm just kind of like, man, I really took you for granted. I'm really happy with my purchase, man. And moving on to My Hero Academia. So when did I had to sign up for it like late. So by the time I got to My Hero Academia, it was maybe like 12 when I watched the first episode or part of the first one. And it starts up, and to my surprise, what are they? Is it Japanese that they're speaking?
Okay, pause for 1 second. Yeah. Welcome to the Reviewing Dat Show, y'all.
Yeah.
Welcome to Reviewing Dat Show, dog. I love having the pre-high Marty. He's so damn excited and shit. I needed you to come in like this, though. I can't lie, dog. I'm glad that you're coming in with all this energy, because I just been watching Surviving R. Kelly. It's been damaging my soul. And
y'all watched, y'all kind of talked about it on the show. Yeah, which one are you watching now?
Well,
the 5th one?
When we did the last episode of FlyWithBats, dog, I had only seen part 1. And I said, for side B, we're going to come back and review the rest of the parts. It's a 6-part series. Yeah. So, me and D-Mac in here trying to do our homework, getting it ready for, the review on side B. So we got up to episode 4, I think was what we was on. So we watched 2, 3, and 4 just sitting here before you got here.
Oh, okay.
So, it's a lot. It's a lot, dog. Oh, God.
Okay. So, can I say that I was working on the edit that Friday, and I had trouble, like, pulling myself away from it. Like, I had to say, you know what, fuck it. Because I wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah.
But it was so captivating.
Oh, my God.
I had to just hit record and say, okay, I'm just going to come back and watch it later. Oh. I'm not going to pretend like I don't want to see this. I do, and it's taking up too much of my time. So, let me just record.
Oh, God.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. It's,
Generation X,
enlightening.
y'all let some shit. Ooh, Generation X. And the generation before y'all failed y'all. It's like, it's so much stacked and packed into what's wrong. Like, R. Kelly, he's a fucking monster. But when you look at what was accepted, what was enabled, what was let go, what was ignored, what was looked over, so much shit is like, I'm watching this documentary, because when they start citing years, I'm like, oh, I was like 12 then. I was like 17. Like, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you can't judge. You can't really make any sway of things until you're at least 25. And I'm like, I wasn't like 25 until fucking, I don't know, 2010 or something, 2011. By then, R. Kelly is a mega. And y'all didn't let him slide with so much shit by the time I had any power that when they look at us like, man, look all the things we did. No, bitch. Look all the shit y'all did. Yeah, y'all let that nigga do a lot.
We were the age of the girls he was dating. Like, there was literally, I don't know, for me, honestly, okay.
He married Aaliyah and had a career after that. He pissed on a 14-year-old. That shit was a lie. No, but like, you remember, you ever heard those rumors like when you were like in high school and stuff, or junior high, whatever? Yep. And they were like the bodyguard
took,
he married, like the bodyguard took Bow Wow booty.
Booty, yeah. Oh my God, that rumor got to you too.
Yeah, bro, it was everywhere, man.
It's like, when you tell that shit to certain people, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, certain people didn't hear that shit.
Oh, I heard it.
But, yeah, okay,
that Bow Wow guy's booty taken by that bodyguard. I'm like, oh, little Bow Wow, you just don't know. You hear me?
I remember that shit.
But yeah, this that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford. Mr. Bats in the building. I'm in this mug with my other Marty. I'm the hashtag Evil Marty. I'm in this mug with your favorite.
With your favorite host, Marty, M-A-R-T-Y, Edwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowratepictures.com where I co-host a show there with, what's his name? Can't mess it up.
His name is The Arrogant Observer. His name is Lawrence L. Dub Weber. That is his name.
Is it?
Because if you
did
ever,
he like Punky? Did he come through and give you the eye?
I'm not gonna say he did. I'm not gonna say he didn't. Lawrence has a pretty strong side eye. He has the types of side eyes that he can send to you without him even being present in the room with you.
And don't let the side eye start to twitching, because then you're in trouble.
I ain't fucking with Lawrence. I ain't fucking with The Arrogant Observer.
But check him out.
Check him out on Your30 Podcast all day.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Both of us.
Both of y'all. That's how we gonna leave it. But adorable asshole J.Steel, FatGirlNola, she ain't in the building today, man. She wasn't with me when I watched this movie, because today we probably gonna get in the street kicks in a little bit. My co-hosts' prayers have been answered. Yes! I finally watched this movie.
Woo!
You hear me? And he doesn't even know how I feel about it yet.
I don't. And I'm super nervous and excited.
He texts me.
At the same time.
He texts me, but how you feel? I said, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I'm sending the memes and shit. I'm like, please.
Nope.
Tell me, please.
Nope.
I wanna know.
Nope. Shout out to my nigga Peanut, bro. He hit me up on Facebook because I talked about it a little bit on Facebook, and he was like,
"Fuck you, God, I gotta get my."
And Peanut was like, "Man, Peanut was like, I can't wait till y'all review them Kangs, because he's an avid listener, so he knows how long you've been
trying to get this shit done. Yeah,
so he's like, okay, because he's been seeing it apparently. So it's like, yeah,
it's the highlight, baby.
So we gonna get into them Kangs, dog. I want to talk about that joint, but before we get into a couple other things I want to throw at you, like Runaways, like I heard on y'all shit, you saw Mowgli. I saw Mowgli, bitch. You hear me? So that's an interesting little take. We gonna get into that. Before we get into those things, My Hero Academia. I want to go back to your original thought. My Hero Academia, my newly minted Hulu person.
Well, my bro, you have been telling me about My Hero Academia for a while. I think when I was trying to get into more anime, you were like, well, My Hero Academia. And then
Death Note, My Hero, and Full Metal. Those are three that's the three I'm always in. Cowboy Bebop, just to throw it out there. Or four, I'm always like pushing for folk if they're trying to get in some new shit.
For me, I feel like it drilled so much into my head that even on your show, the ones that sink in was My Hero Academia and Death Note. And finally gave Death Note a shot and was very happy with it. So afterwards, I went looking for My Hero Academia. It was subtitled when I found it. I could only find a subtitled version. I was like, I don't want to read it. You told me, I know that's terrible to say. I would never tell it to my kids. Matter of fact, this never existed. This isn't Marty. If this ever reaches their ears.
That was some guy named Lamar.
Some guy named Lamar said that. Yeah, it wasn't him. Anyway, so you told me that I could get a dub version on Hulu.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, cool. So you know what? I guess I got to sign up for Hulu. So I signed up for Hulu, and that's like maybe the third thing I click on is My Hero Academia, the first episode. First episode starts up just like the one on that pirated site I was on. Yep. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I picked up my phone because the subtitles.
Japanese, yeah.
And I'm just like, I know I'm not bugging. I know we've had a million fucking conversations. I cannot be that high right now.
What's wrong with my Hulu? What's wrong with my Hulu?
And so I go and I look and I see that there are two versions.
Yes,
There's a sub and
yes,
a dub.
and a dub.
Yeah, version. And I'm like, okay, you want the dub version.
Yes, the one that you want every time.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know
That's
the
why
ironic thing though?
What?
I still have the subtitles on.
While you're watching the dub,
even though
I don't get people like you. I know few people that do that shit.
You know what the weird, interesting thing I found is that the words that they say in Death Note are different from the subtitled words that they give you. So it's like it would have been a different experience had I just read the subtitles, which, you know, whatever would have you. But I'm just getting into that now.
Well, I wish J.Steel was here for this because, man, her film Powder, she had to just recently do that for her, where she had to because she's about to get it. Well, I ain't gonna spoil her news, but she has some big things happening with Powder coming up. Cool. And what she had to do was put the subtitles in for, you know, deaf people, or they ain't even gonna accept it as a real joint.
Oh, okay.
So she was talking about how taxing that is to go back and put those subtitles in. So when you say that, you make me think about like, man, like the people who is fucking up with these people are saying, they just probably tired. It's like, look, this is what it sounds like to me. Shit.
You know what? This Americans will take this a lot better than if I say, like, it's just it would almost be like a different way of saying it. It's like same intention, but sometimes the words would be a little bit better. Sometimes the text would be better. You know, depending on the situation.
I mean, hardcore otaku anime lovers all the time talk about how they rather the anime version is that they hate. Most of them hate the dubs. I never have that problem. I love the dubs.
Me too.
You know
so
what I'm
far,
saying?
at least.
Only anime I ever felt like I might go listen to watch it in subs is Naruto, because I hate that little nigga voice, dog. Something about Naruto's voice just bugs the shit out of me. But back to your My Hero experience, man.
So I figured out that I'm watching the wrong version. I click on the right one and I'm immediately like relieved. I'm like, okay, cool. And I kind of don't make it through the whole first episode. I kind of make it through like half, or maybe about 3/4 of the way through. So the next day, today, I'm off. So I go through and I just kind of, oh man, I think I only get like 2 episodes in, but I'm like, I know I love this show. I don't want to watch anymore because I'm going to have to do other shit and I want to give it my full attention, right? So, but I watched the first 2 episodes, dude, and the second one hooked me.
Yeah.
The second one, dude, when we get to the end of that, dude, I'm not going to say that I got emotional, but I will say I was high. And
what I'm going to say is if you got emotional on the second one, and you're going to be high a lot. Let me put it like this.
Yeah.
You're going to get high a lot. A lot of high going to happen. That show get real high.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just letting you know, dog. You're going to feel things watching My Hero, son.
Yeah, because, at first I was just like, homie, you just, okay, because you got to keep in mind, I lived with maybe like the first maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and that was it. That's all I had. I didn't know that it was going to make the turn that it did. It was going to go where it went. So I'm just kind of living with, whatever your boy name is, the main kid without the quirk.
Midoriya.
Yeah, you're a little too bitch for me,
little
man.
Bitch ass.
Yeah, you're a little too bitch ass for me.
Yeah.
And eventually he grows on you, really, and not too far down the line, he kind of grows on you. But
because you see what he on.
Yeah, but in the beginning I was kind of like, just a little too much bitch for me, dude.
Right.
Just a wee bit. And but yeah, no, I fell in love with him, and you really, really root for him, and then he surprises you at a lot of turns, and it's just it really fell for him at the end when he got to hear what it is he really wanted to hear from the person who initially told him he couldn't do it.
Right.
It's just a lot of shit going on. Great.
Have they gone to? Is it in the first or the second episode when he actively says, he's narrating from the future,
right?
And he's like, this is the story of how I became
the greatest hero of all. Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, dog, like, even where you are, he's going to be, like, having moments of bitchness. Like, he always going to be brave, but, he's a crier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't stay a crier. Like, dude, you watch this little nigga grow, dog, for real. And he stays pure of heart. But you really watch him, like, learn, if I'm going to be the best, I got to do some shit. I got to do it. Go down. Like, it is hands down. And once again, it's in our world. It's anime, but on superhero shit.
Yeah.
And you watch this nigga try to become a superhero, and dude, like,
and they kind of make it fantasy
watching.
real. Yeah. Okay.
Keep watching, son, because dog was so good, dog. Because I don't know if Hulu has a third season, because only 3 seasons. No, they have the third season in sub.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if they got it in dub yet.
Okay.
You feel me?
Fair
So,
enough.
but I couldn't help it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this sub shit.
I'm probably going.
I do. It was too.
But
It got
it's still there
dude.
by the time I get
Son,
there,
when
yeah.
you get to.
When I get where is it? What's my benchmark? Season 2?
Nigga, every season.
Every season. Okay.
Because it's hard to say, because I'm trying to, because I don't want to fuck it up, because, like, I'm all the way at the end of season 3, and that's where, you know, they stop so far. The season 4 coming out, like, at some point, probably in the fall or something. Like, months from now, season 4 coming. But, like, I've been on all these highs and shit with this shit, you feel me? Mm-hmm. But since you're so far behind me, I can't be like, you gotta get where I'm at. No, because I remember when like, second episode, I'm like, oh, how can it get better? And it kept getting better. So it's like, you might get to episode 5 and be like, this shit the shit. But then you get to the end of the season, you like, what the fuck? Like, dude, it's a really great anime, dog. Okay. Feel me? If you want to start reviewing episode by episode, we could do that. If you just want to, like, just watch where you watch, and then you tell me where you at any given time, we can run it.
Let me get 2 more down, and then I'll be able to tell you. But as far as where we are right now, yeah, I'd be down for episode to episode. But
I'm letting you know you gonna start eating them.
Probably.
Yes.
Probably. There was some, like, I was thinking when I was watching Runaways, actually, that I wish we could do a episode by episode, because even when it kind of lulls, somehow it jolts me back. Like, I'll kind of be like, okay, we're doing this. Okay, cool, we've gotten to this. And then I'll be like, boom, but this happened. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, and I was like, just to kind of go through each of those moments, because to be honest with you, I was eating them too. Except I had, like, there were just other, like I was saying, you know, I had other shit going on where I could only devote so much time to them. Like, I had to stop at a certain point, where if I had the free time where I normally would have, I probably would have beat you.
I'm telling you,
like,
bro.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, bro.
That shit was so dope. And then you like, I ate them. I was like, damn.
Dog, I ate them
beat me
things.
to it.
Numb.
I would have. No, I understand why. It's an easily bingeable second season. That second season exceeds the first so much, but then you gotta appreciate the groundwork of the first season.
You needed it.
The foundation that it laid, yes.
You needed it, dog. Like, you just needed it, dog. Like, like I said, for Preacher, dog, like, the first season in many ways just felt like a necessary prequel. In comics, they often have that 0 issue, which is, like, in many ways a prequel to where the storyline is about to go in the issue that you're in. And that's what it felt like. It felt like season 1 was the 0 issue to get us prepared, and now they really get to have the fun that they want to have with it. And I'm here for it all.
Makes me want to pick up a comic, though. I was definitely gonna, pick up that Key to the Kingdom. Hi, Marty.
Oh man,
I wanted to pick up the Key to the Kingdom and go read the comics, man. Cause like,
please read the comics, dog. Because like I said, the comics are dope, and the connections they make. Like, where are you in the show?
I want to say when I stopped, I had 2 episodes left, so I'm like maybe 12. Should be.
Right, damn, I don't know where this thing 12. It's only like 13 episodes, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're at 12 and 13 is what you're saying.
Right,
okay.
Right. Mm-hmm. I should be on 12 right now.
Now are you starting to see what I'm saying about what they're doing with Alex?
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah. I see the moments and I'm like, oh, yeah, because if they weren't here, maybe. Like the group is sort of pulling him back, but it's like, had they not been there to pull him back,
conscious.
We would have gotten more into this, what I know him to be.
He has darkness.
He's fucking with magic. Like, so, like, it kind of makes sense, too, because I don't know how it goes in the comics, the Runaway comics, but he's a bad mother, like, he's wrecking shit in my Power Man and Iron Fist, and he's kind of fucking with magic, too. So, in like the Doctor Strange realm of magic, you know what I mean? So,
he's on magic now? Nah, I didn't even know that's what he's on now. I didn't know that.
So in the comic, like, I don't know, I can't remember if it had to be the first one, because the second one's Civil War. But in the first one, they have this chick who used to be their assistant, Power Man and Iron Fist used to be their assistant. So she gets a hold of this gem and it turns her into this demon or whatever, and they have to kind of, take her down.
Mm-hmm.
And in this comic, like 2 comics later, Alex like gets a hold of this thing, and like the girl and Mariah, they're trying to warn him because it was her and Mariah.
Oh, I read that
You
one.
read that one?
Yep. Because her and Mariah, they was partners like in jail or some shit.
Yes, yeah. That's the one.
And
that's the one.
Cause she was mild mannered as fuck, but
Right.
she got that stone and went nuts with that shit.
Yo,
Yeah, I read that.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So, like, did you read the one with Alex? Oh, so
no,
Alex,
I didn't know Alice got
like,
it though.
Then, like maybe 2 issues or series down, he gets the thing, and like now he's the bad guy, and he's sort of overall the bad folks. So like Piranha Jones or whoever's left, I think Piranha Jones died, but like all the other Rogues Gallery, their villains, they're all together, and then like a whole bunch sort of thing happens in the midst of them, and then they're all kind of at each other's odds. So it's like you have like three separate factions that you have to sort of worry about. And but anyway, it gets it shows me for that, like that guy, that being sort of really my first introduction, I want to say, to him, and to sort of see where he could potentially go.
Yeah.
And then with this element already in there of magic with Nico.
Nico.
It's
I love
like,
her. I love Nico, bro.
I love her too, man.
Yeah.
I think she's real dope.
She that shit.
She's, almost unrecognizable without the goth makeup.
Yeah.
Like,
I always
when
think it's a different actor when you go to those flashbacks.
I have to, like, remind myself, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. She looks completely different without that makeup.
Without the goth makeup. And sometimes it's not even just goth makeup. Sometimes she's going to her heritage with I remember when she was going to war, she had the white shit like a girl from Hidden Crouching Tigers. So sometimes she's going straight heritage with it, which is still respectable.
Enough. Yeah.
And what's funny in the comics is like when Alice goes dark and leaves the team, she becomes the leader. And when you read in the comics, you see at times where she could, because Alex is the leader until he go dark. That's what's so surprising, that he went dark on his own team. Like, you're the leader, you're the brains, and you went dark. You was really working with the parents. Wow, you were the mole, you know what I'm saying? But like on here, it's like they giving them equal footing. She's already in many ways the leader, but they still sometimes defer to Alex because they respect his acumen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I do appreciate the show sort of taking the time out for everybody to kind of build, and just sort of acknowledge that he doesn't have powers, but
they gotta respect that nigga though.
They gotta respect what he brings to the team,
right?
And also too, like the little moments, the 2 little meta moments. Like I gotta rewatch the first season, I guess, because I feel like this second season just gets so many things right that like I feel like every single episode so far, at least the first 5, they take time out to tell a joke or to make a joke.
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
got their moments.
This was a boom moment.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But they purposefully have those moments in it, and I love every one of them. And I don't remember that being really present in the
It was
first
there,
season.
but it wasn't over the top.
Right.
But you just made me think of something. They got their secret weapon low key on the acting tip on this show is Lil Miley. That little girl can go from
Which Molly?
Miley, that's her name,
the
right?
Glow girl?
The one who eyes
right.
That girl goes from highs to lows, dramatic to comedy. Like, dude, because someone else had to bring that to my attention. My girl Bree, that's her favorite character. I said, your favorite character, Lil Miley, okay? Because my eyes are often on Nico or Alex or even Chase or whoever the fuck I'm looking at. The whole cast is so dynamic that I fuck with them. But I didn't ever think to myself, who's my favorite? But she said, no, adamantly she rocks with the acting of the young, Miley.
Miley's dope, yeah.
And I'm like, when she put it out there, I was like, damn, Bree, you know what? I see you. Like, because she does, like, a lot of times, a lot of the same things are required from a lot of the characters. Even though they have depth and shit, there's certain ranges and ways that they are. You know what I mean? But Miley oftentimes is the one that has to go from the extreme highs to the extreme lows. And at times she gets on my fucking nerves as a character. Straight up. Sometimes she does. But the actor playing her, I got to give my props to that. Like, people might overlook that way. They got you doing a whole lot here.
Fair enough.
Just on that level. So, big ups to her and shit.
Yeah,
but
I always just enjoy her.
I thought the whole cast, even with Chase, dog, it's just funny how, like,
Oh, yeah, I love Chase. Oh, God, man. He won me over this last couple episodes, dude. Where he has to take Gert to the parents. Yeah. Like, I love Chase after that. Where they drug him.
Yeah, that's where you are with him?
I'm a little further, but...
No, okay, so where are you with Chase right now?
He just left.
He left the squad?
Yeah, he just left the squad.
All right. See, and I want to bring that up because it's funny looking at, in the comics, he's kind of playing that part that you would think, oh, damn, he leaving the squad, you know what I mean, to go help the parents in a weird way. But it still feels like at the end of the damn day, they're setting up for Dark Alex, even if it's in season 4. You know what I'm saying? Saying like little things that he's doing. That's the thing. I don't know. He's so self-righteous. I don't know if he'll go back to the parents, but I'm very intrigued on what they do with Alex. I like that the reason that Chase is going back, he feels in his heart is real. And even if you don't want him to leave the squad, you still ain't really mad at him as an audience member because you're like, man, like, it's frustrating, but I see why you feel the way you do.
Yeah, and I feel like they're playing on every bit of your emotions, man. It's like I couldn't say I would do anything different in that scenario, so I get it.
And it's not like y'all have,
at least, you know.
And it's not like y'all have as big a mission. Like it's not like you all decide we're gonna be superheroes right now. So now we're gonna
kind of winding down, basically.
and that's what's letting Chase's defenses go down when he realizes, well, our parents aren't even trying to kill us; they're still our parents. My dad's turning over a new leaf. My mom seems like this and this.
And those niggas scare me the most.
Oh, who that?
Remember, so there's a point where it's like
the Steins. You're saying?
Is that the Steins? Chase's parents?
Chase is the Steins. Yeah.
Chase. Okay. With his mom and dad, and then I guess Nico's dad, when they all kind of get together and like, we're gonna build a weapon.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck with their brains and shit. Could give them permanent brain damage that they say in the lines at one point.
Yeah.
And it's like, they fucking scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, like I was kind of happy that they were no longer in that mindset anymore. You know, when he left with them. Cause like it seemed like they were building to
something's happening.
Shit.
Something's happening. You guys see the next episodes. There's something happening with certain characters, and that's what you're just getting privy to right now.
You know what I'm going on.
Yeah.
It's a given. It's happening. I was trying to savor it.
Is anyone else being weird, or just?
Oh yeah. Fuck. Everybody's. The dad's being. Chase's dad's being weird.
Chase's dad's being weird.
Nico's mom's being weird.
Nico's mom's being weird.
And. Gert's
mom's being weird. Remember all of these things. Something's happening. So anyway.
But Gert's mom, it's so... Okay, I gotta get to the end.
I cannot say what it is. You just got to watch what's going on.
Okay.
But Topher, you got to finish his story though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was very strange. I was like, this is a very weird place to take. I'm very interested, but this is a very bold and weird place to go. Especially when we find out that Topher's 40.
Right. He's not really aging correctly.
Yeah, he's not aging at all. Like,
right.
Barely. Yeah, it's like
And son, you trying to come on to Nico at one point, son.
Yeah,
you're like 40 or 50. We're just talking about
surviving
Topher.
Yeah, man, it's a little weird, dude.
But in the comics, he's a vampire.
Ooh.
That's what they find out about him in the comics. I guess they won't go that fantastical with it since they're already playing with fantasy and shit. But they find out he's a whole fucking vampire and he come from a whole other squad. And he's their enemy for a minute. Like, well, we didn't know he could be dead. He could not be. Who knows with him? But he's a problem for a little minute, like a recurring one until they deal with him. But he's a whole vampire chest, huh?
He's Topher's a vampire.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate their
they tried to play on certain elements without going too left.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I like what they did with him.
And it still gave him a somewhat heroic ending because he didn't let Nico get murked, even though he was a freaking junkie.
Gert.
Yes. No. Who's in the car?
Gert.
Oh, Gert was in the car. I'm sorry. Yeah, he didn't let Gert because she's behind the wheel. Yeah. Nico's staff is crazy.
Oh yeah, that shit, man. But where I'm at, she just kind of got rid of it.
Then she disappeared some niggas though. Oh my God, she disappeared some niggas.
How do you feel about this nigga AWOL, man? I'm like,
he gone.
Yeah, no.
No, we really don't find out even till the end of the season if this would happen to these niggas.
Oh, seriously? They just...
Son, so it...
we
I was like, she murked them. Nah, I feel like, no, she's hurt, not hurt, but tripped the fuck out. But I'm like, nigga, it's just we're not finding out what happened. Does that mean they murked? To me, they murked until AWOL show up.
Yeah.
Now that I
got the impression they were murked, though, in the moment.
That whole intertwined storyline with Darius's baby mom and AWOL and everything about Darius' baby mom, that whole thing is intriguing to me.
Yeah.
The whole legacy of Darius and how he's haunting him from the grave because Alex's mom, you fucked up. Like it's a point. Like, dude, like certain places that this show went, that goes has me like, this is very interesting. It's intriguing. And once again, you're creating the supervillains right now, because like in the comics, it starts off, they're just supervillains. The Pride is a supervillain organization. No, as this season 2 goes on,
we see them turn into...
You guys are really now becoming the villains that the premise of this show
was based off of. Mm-hmm. And once again, it's a TV show, so they're stretching it, so I appreciate how they're doing it. Plus, I'm enjoying the back and forth between the parents and y'all, because at some point, parents going to be gone. There's only so far and so long you're going to be able to stretch this story out with all the parents being intact at the very least. Yeah. Well, that's what I was kind of feeling. I was kind of hoping that it would go another way. But yeah, that's the impression I got, that's sort of inevitable.
I mean, it can stretch it to a couple of seasons. I'm just saying, if you want to get into the truth of what Runaways is about.
That's possible. Okay.
I mean, I feel like with writing, all things are possible. Now, is it the right decision? Is it the right decision to make? Is a whole nother kick. But I'm saying
it feels. See, what I was saying was I felt like I was under the impression that that wasn't really even going to be a possibility by the time we got to the end of the season. But
we're having the parents around,
or just the parents all sort of being intact in a way that they would even consider working together.
I'm not even saying that's happening by the end of the season.
Okay.
All I'm saying is by the end of the season, the parents are still characters on the show for whatever reason, because you still have things to wrap up with them.
Yeah.
And in the comics, they're not the factors, especially like, put it like this. I read them in a blur now, but at a certain point, they're not there. Then they come back to have this epic battle, and then they're not there no more at all. They don't even deal with the parents. Except for like these weird instances of like random shit. But not to the point where if you was thinking of a show called Runaways that the parents are co-leads with the Runaways.
Right.
You know, at some point the Runaways go get into other adventures and such and have other problems and other things to fucking deal with. They ain't got nothing to do with the parents. And I'm saying at some point, y'all doing a nice stretch. They have to be there for season 3 because y'all got da-da-da-da-da. But I'm wondering, let's say we say season 5 of Runaways. I don't know how y'all gonna twist having the parents still around with all this comic book that y'all still have to go, unless y'all just really love these niggas that much and you want to keep them employed.
Which, you know, is realistic.
Hey, I'm
you know,
it
is. It could happen.
It's not impossible.
You never know. But yeah, I am enjoying my Runaways binge. So apparently I got 2 more episodes to go. So you know. Everybody knows what I'm gonna do when I'm going home. Everybody knows, so you know.
Now I want to throw at you this right fast, man. I got sucking into spending some money recently on another subscription service.
Oh wow, what you signed up for?
DC Universe.
Oh,
At the bootlegging Titans for all this time, I couldn't help it, dog. Young Justice dropped and they had no bootlegs out for like the whole day. Now they might exist now because you know time has passed.
Yeah,
but I couldn't find it, and I was zerking. It was like, oh, just $7 to sign up for y'all little bitches. Okay, you got me, DC Universe.
It's $6.99.
Bruh, $6.99, son.
A month.
Oh my goodness, yeah, son. So
I
said, look, it looked like I'm about to be watching a lot of DC. I don't remember. Maybe I don't remember, but I'm about to be watching a lot of DC shit. But the thing is, their catalog ain't like their movie catalog ain't as extensive as I would want it to be necessarily. Like. I don't know, dog. I feel like y'all holding out. Like, they got comics on that bitch. Great.
Okay.
Read comics to keep you up on that. But not all the comics. It's not like the Key to the Kingdom or nothing. You feel me?
Hell, what do I want with that, then?
There's Titans, of course, but I've been bootlegging Titans for so long, whatever.
Yeah.
Young Justice, they only dropped the first 3 episodes.
Okay. Why only the first 3? When do we get the rest?
They're going to be, you know.
Oh, they doing it like week to week sort of thing?
I feel like they're going to be siphoning them bitches. I don't know how many episodes they have. They plan on doing for the season, but I feel like they're gonna be giving them to us in 3s. Those 3 were amazing, by the way.
Were they?
They were great, and they jumped even further in the future. And while I'm watching it, I'm like, dog. Like when I think about season 1, they were kids. And now like Robin feels like a grown man. Like Dick Grayson feels like, oh, you're Nightwing. Like, yeah, I think they made one Whelm joke, and the way that they used it was like, it was more mature. Like, I feel like the show's mature. Like, they're dealing with like, they're doing trafficking of freaking metahumans. Like, they're doing the X-Men mutant shit. but with metahumans in DC. And they're talking about how they're trying to like traffic these metahumans for like weapons and shit, and people dying and getting kidnapped and all kind of crazy shit they're doing with it, and how they dealing with it in different ways. And Robin, he got his squad that he done recruited that, you know what I mean, this is how he wants to deal with it. It's called Young Justice Outsiders, which is a shout out to the Outsiders comic books, which was when Batman decided to take him, Black Lightning.
Oh girl, yeah. Oh girl,
Thunder and all them, yeah. Yep. All of them
Uh-huh.
was on the Outsiders group, and that was Batman's group to do the dirty work that Justice League couldn't. It's like their it's like the X-Force. Like X-Force is like X-Men is X-Men, but X-Force is like the assassins. Like, nigga, we the ones who kill niggas and shit. Batman not trying to kill niggas, but they doing them hard missions or not even hard, them secret missions that Justice League can't be getting their hands dirty with. So
Is Static part of the team? Was Static a part? Static was part of the team before we stopped, right?
Yeah, Static on the show.
Okay.
But Black Lightning is one of like the main characters on this show.
Oh, for real?
Definitely.
Okay.
Like they brought, he's one of, like, he's on this show, nigga. They was like, we gonna give him some shine. Black Lightning on that bit. And you know, it starts with Batman taking a certain amount of motherfuckers to be like, are we gonna do our own thing? And it's interesting who is where, because a few years have passed since we last saw season 2. So it's interesting to see who's dating who's where mentally, who don't fuck with who no more. I'm curious to see where they're going with this goddamn show.
So when I first came on, I was super excited for my new sign up, my new subscription service, right?
Yeah.
So now you've just signed up for a new subscription service.
Yep.
So besides Young Justice and, you know, Titans, which we both have an appreciation for,
Right.
How do you feel about your
I've opened it up for you right here, my dude. So right here we open up DC Universe, movies and TV.
You got Teen Titans?
There's
all seasons?
Yep. Well, no. Okay, so there's Titans series, that old school Flash only lasted a year. With my dude who played Barry Allen Daddy now.
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
that.
Okay.
If you're just
That was only one
nostalgia.
season?
Yep.
Shit.
They just stretched it out to play a lot of reruns. They got the old school Wonder Woman. They got that failed show Birds of Prey. I watched it, but yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah.
I would have went for another one. Shamar Moore and everybody, they were good.
Now I was a Lois and Clark, the New Adventure Superman fan, and that's on here.
I watched it.
And I never watched Constantine, so I'm gonna catch it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
never
give it a
watched it.
shot just because I like him on Legends.
I do, yeah. That made me want to. Yeah, you're right.
We move into the movies.
Yeah.
There's the 89 Batman, there's the 92 Batman, basically all the old Batman, Tim Burton's.
Right.
There's
Son of
Superman the
Batman.
movie, there's Son of Batman.
Yeah.
But what's curiously missing are the Nolan Batman films because they're currently on Netflix.
All of the Nolan Batman are on Netflix?
Except Rises, I believe.
Okay.
But the first two, Batman Begins and Dark Knight, are definitely currently on Netflix. So we don't get them on your subscription service. It's yours. I don't care if it's also on Netflix.
What else
This
do they
is
have
your
besides
subscription
Batman?
service.
Do they have anything else besides Batman? There's a See More tab. There's actually more to see. Okay. All right. Okay.
All animated.
Cool. I dig. That's where they shine.
I'm saying, son, you have Superman the movie. Why don't you have all the Superman the movies? You know what I'm saying? If you like, you should have
I
your.
haven't seen all of these.
You should have your entire. I've seen them all, of course.
Well, I haven't seen Batman Ninja. Is the one in particular. I saw this a long time ago. Wanted to watch it again.
Superman Shazam.
Yeah, haven't. Yeah, I've seen all of these. What's
Master
what's down
Phantasm.
there? Haven't seen Gaslight.
Me either, no interest, but whatever.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna watch it because it's Batman, but it's not something that's pressing me.
Never seen Batman Mystery of the Catwoman.
Batwoman is cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Let's listen to
Batman.
The Batwoman.
Wait, what?
The Batwoman. Kate Kane.
the Batwoman,
The
I'm
one that
sorry,
you don't
my
like
bad.
in the CW universe.
Oh no, I don't like Ruby. I don't like Ruby. I gotta
you
make
get to
my
see
peace
her done
with
real if you go check this one.
This is a good one though.
It was good. I like Batwoman.
Okay.
I like, you saw
But
The
it
Dark
has
Knight
these-
Returns?
Yes. Part 1 and Part 2. Yeah.
I feel like I should have more movies on here, man.
They should. You're right.
what
I
I'm
do
saying?
agree with you. Definitely.
Um,
And you're right. These are so. Okay, I do. I see your argument now. That was animated and movies. That was the whole thing.
That was all the movies.
That was all of it.
And most of them was animated. And I'm like, dog, y'all have more DC movies
Nigga,
than
like,
this.
There's one row of live action movies,
Right.
And the rest are just wow.
Bruh.
Okay, never mind. I take back what I said.
There's one thing they didn't see. What in the series part? There was old school George Reeves Superman, which I used to actually watch.
Yeah?
Yeah, I used to watch it when I was a little kid. Come on Nick at Night back in the day.
Oh, dope. Dug it?
I dug it as a kid. Now I don't know how I would watch it as an adult, but it's very simple. It's like he ain't dealing with superpower people. It's Superman beating up on like regular niggas in the black. It's mostly black and white.
Yeah, I feel like I've this shit was on when I was a kid, but like there was no way I was paying attention to it. But I do remember it as, you know, being existing, I should say.
I mean, I was addicted to all things superhero, dog. So
Yeah?
Superman coming on Nick at Night, I'm watching it. I didn't give a fuck.
Well, don't get me wrong, dude. I was a Batman. Like, you tell me Batman somewhere. I don't care if it's Adam West or not as a kid. Like, yeah, man, we're shutting shit down, baby.
Batman animated series is on here.
Oh, yeah. Dope. What I'm
But
super
only
excited.
2 seasons.
What? Where are we looking? Where am I missing it? Oh, what?
Only 2 seasons of Batman animated series.
How many were there?
Like 5. Now, remember, the animation style changed at one point, so it's probably the 2 seasons that was the original way. But I'm like, you should have every episode. Fuck it. You should be giving me every episode of everything DC. Period.
All right, true. Understand the argument, but I'm looking at Static Shock there, and I'm looking at 4 seasons.
All 4?
And that super excites me.
Batman the Brave of the Bold was a low-key gem that a lot of people don't even realize how amazingly funny that motherfucker was. This is a hilarious Batman comedy, and it's hilarious, dog. Like, if you ever get a chance to get some of that in, if you get your subscription, give that a definite shot. Okay. Should be more episodes of Justice League.
Yeah, I think weren't those on Netflix? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I think I watched a couple of episodes.
Have more. Yeah. I don't like when subscription services come out and you're limiting in any way. To me, that makes no sense. Yeah. You're getting people to pay specifically for your entertainment. You should be giving me like whatever I want.
Your category. You needed a wider catalog to sort for your launch. And this, if it's about we have to wait for the rights maybe or something like that, maybe it would have been cool to wait to launch.
Now, big shouts out to Teen Titans. The original version is on here.
That's see, I'm.
But they have a contract with Hulu with Teen Titans Go, because all Teen Titans Go is on Hulu. That's why Teen Titans Go is not on their subscription service. I'm like, yo, if y'all wasn't prepared to be picking shit off like Disney doing, you know what I mean? Then y'all shouldn't be trying to launch this service. Because the thing is, someone could actually probably watch all this shit within the first couple of months and then be looking like, okay, now what?
Yeah, we live in a binge society, man. Like this is somebody's like Tuesday.
Bruh, some of this at least, because you're not even giving us their whole series. You give me 2 seasons of this, 3 seasons of that, 1 season of that. It's like, goddamn.
You gave me more shit that I don't want than shit of what I want. So
come on, man. Or you gave me a taste of what I want.
Yeah, and at that point, what's the point of me sticking around?
Batman Beyond. I mean, so I'm gonna see.
Okay.
This Green Lantern series got
like
good.
Batman Beyond. Batman. Yeah, you're right.
This Green Lantern animated series got good as well. Something I didn't give a chance to at first, and I binged it on some random it was on Netflix with a few seasons. Oh, then maybe 2 seasons. I don't think it went that long, but it was pretty good.
Do you get like discounts in this shop? Like I'm looking at all these tabs and stuff. Like, do you get like discounts in their shop and whatnot? Ooh, comics. Let's see what we got going on here.
You know, catch up on Young Justice comic. Meet the Young Justice. You know.
Oh snap! Young Justice had a comic.
Yes, it certainly did.
Okay.
Green Lantern Corps, Batgirl Year One, which is pretty damn good. I've read a lot of Batgirl Year One. Batwoman Elegy. They got there's comics. You don't have unlimited comics. It's not the kingdom, but there's comics. They exist if you want to get into some shit.
Not seeing any Black Lightning.
You probably could look it up. You know what I mean? There's a search. I mean, let's see. Let's just give him a little try. Black Lightning.
Just for good old Marty.
Black Lightning. Googling, searching it.
Year One, I just saw it come and pop up.
Okay, so here's some Black Lightning.
Look at me.
There's a short. I remember I watched some comic books. Oh, they got some Black Lightning.
Oh shit.
So I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it. Like you said, there's a shop. And what's going on in the DC Universe shop as we're taking this goddamn encyclopedia. There's also certain things that are specific to the site. There's like DC Live. There's this little talk show that they have coming on. Oh, so you can really buy some shit. I've been wanting a Batman keychain. Do you guys sell that?
Batman keychains? Why not, man?
It's apparel. It's collectible.
That seems like a simple request. You know,
but,
all I want is
guys. I mean, but if you're interested, I think I said on here. There's Black Lightning right there. I think I said on here that I was going to buy the subscription service when Young Justice dropped, and I did. And Hopefully.
Are you happy with your purchase so far?
I'm medium.
Medium.
I'm not happy.
You don't regret it though.
I don't regret it.
In the middle. Yeah,
I don't have regrets, but I'm not excited. Like, you're excited about Hulu because I understand why.
Super.
It doesn't give me the same excitement. Like, I love Batman the Animated Series. I'm gonna be watching some of that, but I was already like, I used to have the entire catalog of that. You're gonna have to do more. I might get into some of these comics I may not have read. I don't know. All I know is because I paid for it, I will be using it.
Heard that.
Every piece of it until I stop paying for it.
Better believe it.
DC Daily, this is what this is. They have this show called DC Daily. I'm gonna be watching all this shit.
Fair enough.
But moving on, can we talk Runaways? We talk Young Justice. We talk Hulu. I wanted to get into Mowgli. How'd you feel about Mowgli, dog?
I dug Mowgli.
Man, I watched it on a random, dog. Like, buku random. Like,
yeah, I didn't see any advertisement for it before it came out. It was something that kind of set in my queue for a second. And then,
I mean, I've known of it for a while.
Yeah, you did?
Because
I didn't.
I remember
it
it.
Snuck up on me.
I know of it because I remember it was in production at the exact same time as Jungle Book.
Right.
And then Disney, of course, they own those rights, so they pulled their trigger first. And this one kind of disappeared for a minute. And apparently, Jungle Book was a huge fucking success. It opened the door wide for the Lion King that's coming out, and it was great. I mean, I really dug Disney's Jungle Book. So this one, I felt like they thought they was gonna throw it away. So when they made the deal with Netflix, it's not even a Netflix film. They made the deal with Netflix, and so they can at least get people to see it, because that's a smart move. Like, why come out in theaters when they gonna just compare you to Disney? As you were saying on your 30 podcast, they couldn't match Disney's quality as far as visuals go.
Nah.
You couldn't do it. They had an epic cast.
No, that's the thing. Nobody really can.
That's not Disney.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the cast was great. I mean, the thing is, I was surprised at how much I dug Mowgli. I thought it was going to feel like a big knockoff, but it was a completely different story.
It was, and I enjoyed so I was just expecting this sort of just rehash Jungle Book.
Yep.
Like that, I kind of thought that's what they were gonna do, and I appreciate them going in a different way. Like their way was a little more dirty.
It was dark.
Dark. Yeah, dark is a better word for it. But when I think of Baloo, man, I'm just like, yeah, y'all want a dirty way.
I mean, Baloo looked like he on meth, but still.
Baloo looks like
directed by Andy Serkis. Shout out.
Yeah, no, dude, and that was what sort of got me to hit play. Before realizing Andy Serkis was the director, it probably would have set my queue for another couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because then another thing had happened that everybody had sort of watched it before me. Like, even my girlfriend had sort of watched it, like, and I walked in halfway in and was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking finish this now.
Yeah.
And she had finished it, before me. So, at that point, I just felt so behind that, I wasn't even gonna. You probably would have just stayed there for a little bit longer. But finding out that, it was Andy Serkis, he directed it, and I'm just like, oh well, shit, the mocap is gonna be fucking phenomenal. And it was great. I mean, like, I enjoyed very much what he did, especially like Shere Khan.
Yeah.
Yo, bruh. Like I kind of said this on the show, man. Like that, the way that almost how they got him as a knuckle dragging tiger who's still fucking threatening and can move.
Yeah.
And also too, like the.
I mean, Idris Elba was Shere Khan.
I know.
I was gonna kind of lean that way.
Yeah, no.
Who was that? Benedict Cumberbatch? Who was that?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Because I know Christian Bale was in this bitch. I mean, they had a nice ass cast. It's like, my dude, if like you're gonna look at the Jungle Book cast that Disney did, it's still comparable when you look at the cast that Andy Serkis got together. They got some hitters.
Yeah, and it was it wasn't something to throw away for me. And that's kind of what I was thinking it was prior to actually sitting down and watching it.
You right.
And I appreciate it being just more raw.
Yep.
Than any of the other ones out there.
And the fact that it was different in so many ways. I don't remember all this hubbubaloo being hot. But I don't remember about him trying to have some race to be a goddamn wolf. Like, and how they made that such a big deal. Like, how Bakura was his trainer and all this shit. How you can't trust the monkey people because they're going to kidnap you. How, Kai, the snake, is just watching shit to just be like, well, I'm wondering how this is going to play out. They had so many elements that I'm like, I don't remember any of this, even up until the end where it's like that nigga said, I'm gonna go back and run shit. Like he went to the people at the end of the cartoon.
right. And that's what I thought he was gonna do.
It's a completely different story.
Yeah.
Like I was just really taken aback and like it was its own thing. It was Mowgli. Like it was its own freaking story. You know what I mean? It was with the characters from the Jungle Book, and from what I hear is they stuck more to the book itself because Disney Disneyfies it. So I'm willing to bet that if we read the book, Mowgli the movie, the Netflix this joint is most likely gonna line up more with the original. Yeah. Because I feel that way. Even when I was watching, I remember watching Jungle Book Disney version, how the man wolf nigga, the head wolf nigga was like got murked. Remember, niggas murked him.
He just picked him up and threw him.
Murked. I've been watching that joint like, oh shit.
He knocked him out the park like a goddamn home run, baby.
He lives. He lived to the end of Mowgli. I was like, damn, I'm expecting when niggas, I don't remember this whole.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He had a whole duel with every goddamn wolf, and then he got embarrassed and Mowgli jumped in. None of that shit happened in Jungle Book, dog. Like, they had their own,
their own culture, their own like world that they built there, which was really dope. And they spent a lot of time sort of like building that up and sort of like giving it rules and stakes and shit like that. And so like when these moments happen and shit, like they're real life, not real life, real life, but there are real consequences for each action there. Which is pretty dope. The rules of the jungle.
And look, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. When he find Boots, I felt the way. Yo, Disney ain't gonna present it like that.
Okay, yeah. See,
and it was creepy. Boots was still smiling.
When you mentioned that shit about when you said darker and dirtier, and we were talking about that, I got the picture in my head, and I was like, that was another one of those moments where I'm like, I ain't crying, man, but
bruh,
I felt something
that hit.
That hurt.
That hurt.
And
in real life,
I
was like, shit.
I'm like, damn, man. All right, well,
you gotta ride on these niggas.
Gotta fuck them up now, man.
Gotta fuck them up now.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, man, you know, as always, of course, we spoiled a whole lot of shit, dog. But I still feel like even if we just said everything that's gonna go down, it's still worth the watch to give your time to. If you ain't got nothing going on, especially man, hit play on that Mowgli, dog. It was a good surprise. Again. Yeah,
happy surprise.
Again, the graphics will not line up against Disney's. It just won't.
They won't, and nobody really does. I mean, I don't know. I keep going back to the Aquaman youngification of Nicole Kidman and I forget old boy's name. His Paul, right? And then we go into any youngification of anyone in the Marvel universe movies, and it's almost seamless.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like they just know what they're doing when it comes to that, and it's unfortunate that they've cornered the technology because nobody else has quite figured out how to do it at that level.
I guess they're going to patent it like Sony patenting their shit from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, right?
And pause, I want to say, did we give enough love to the woman Doc Ock in our last review?
I don't know if we did. We mentioned her
because I want to say how much I love that portrayal of Doc Ock being a woman. It was pretty freaking cool. Like I because there's certain things I feel like we touched on, but that we also didn't, because when you do a ghost episode, like you feel like you've said something that you haven't said for the recording.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know we talked about her at some point, but I just want to give love to the fact of I just love so much about that movie. I can't wait to see Into the Spider-Verse again. I'm going to just actually own that shit.
Oh, most definitely. I'm going to get the Steelbook if I can. If I get my hands on it, I'm getting me a Steelbook, dude. I loved that. Somebody told me about this book that's out. I know it's probably going to be something I'm going to have to save up for, at least put a little money to the side. But the artwork of Into the Spider-Verse is like a book that I think I want to try to get my hands on, because like I was just really, really into this. It like I said, it actually made me pick up that comic again, but then the comic got really weird.
On what point? Because I've read a lot of that joint.
It's like a clone, I guess, a clone Peter Parker.
Oh, and then you got deep into it, yeah.
Other Spider-Man.
No, that's when I started checking out the Miles shit, yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't purposely check out, because the thing is this,
weird.
Like at one point I was reading a lot of that whole universe. And it got to a point where I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man, I'm reading Ultimate X-Men, I'm reading The Ultimates, which what the Avengers is called in the Ultimate Universe. I was reading some of Ultimate Fantastic. I'm like reading a lot of Ultimate stuff. So when it got a little weird in that story, I just would lean more into another one. And I've
been putting it down lately.
I plan on like finishing up some Runaways, but I want to read the entire. Since it's done, like they had this big crisis. They don't call it crisis. What they call it in Marvel? They call it something else. But when they
Secret War,
basically one of them events, and they ended the Ultimate Universe. And the only people to survive the whole destruction of the Ultimate Universe was Miles Morales, who came to our universe, and evil Reed Richards. And I didn't read the full breakdown of how Reed turned evil in the Ultimate Universe, but I started reading other comics where he was already evil Reed. And
yeah, I was reading like the beginning of my girlfriend bought the first issue of the Secret Wars, and he was like on one Earth he was like a part of the leading up the bad guys.
Yeah,
like, he was
as
in
evil
charge.
Reed.
Yeah,
and evil Reed is.
It didn't make sense because I didn't have any
Yeah, no.
context.
Our normal world has the same old Reed.
Right.
But he made, like I said, that's the only two remnants from the Ultimate Universe that made it through. And evil Reed, when you think about, imagine if Tony was evil. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, Reed is smarter than Tony. Reed is the number one smartest nigga in the universe, in the Marvel Universe. Niggas know you think about smart niggas. You think about T'Challa, because really T'Challa in the comics is smarter than the T'Challa in the movies we got, because they of course gave a lot of that weight to Shuri, which I dig. And Shuri is that bitch in the comics, but
so she got her own comic book. I heard.
Yeah,
right?
it dropped.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I want to get that. I actually want to physically. I think I want to try to physically get it.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate on that whatsoever. But like, there's certain cats that are known for their brains, but Reed Richards, it's the brain. You know what I'm saying? So that guy being a supervillain is scary. And I feel like there's a lot that I missed out on. And I just want to read all of the Ultimate Universe. Since it's finite, it's over. Potentially, you could read all of Ultimate Spider-Man, all the Ultimates at some point. And, you actually have an end game. Because, sometimes you're reading shit, there's no end game. And that's when they get intimidating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even in all the seasons I've been watching of Supernatural, I still know, even though it's a lot,
which I have to go back to. I haven't gone back to that in a while.
There's an end game. I know when I get to 13, I've made it. I'm already in the middle of 11. I'm not far now. You dig? Some of them anime that they want us to rewatch this shit, I'm like, is it done yet? If it's not done, I really don't have no interest, because
that's how I feel, yeah.
You're on episode 927, and I know I'm never going to catch up, and y'all going to keep adding them on. That's why I want you to get in My Hero while it's still hot and live, before it gets to the point where it gets so too deep for you to catch up like you want to.
Yeah, we live now so much so it feels like in this binge society. I'm hearing more commonly now people being like like I said, my coworkers and I, we always like talk about movies and suggest shit and everything, just shoot the shit about it, right? And one of my coworkers got into this show called Deadly Class. Like, they released the first episode of it. Have you heard about it yet? Mm-mm. Well, I've seen a couple commercials on my Hulu page, right?
Your Hulu,
on
huh?
my Hulu, right? Yeah. But she told me about it. They released the first episode. It's a sci-fi show. And they, like, granted, this is the first person that told me Aquaman was the shit. He and his girl watched the first maybe 30 minutes of the first episode and were like, you know what, this is so good, let's just wait. Let's just let the whole thing air, and then let's just binge the whole thing. Yeah. And it's just like, that's kind of what they do. They're bingers. Like, they don't do week to week. Like,
I love
they
binging.
just strictly don't do week to week.
I love binging. All of the season or two get beyond me. Catch up. But I'm not going to let 10 seasons get beyond me and be as excited if the thing's still happening. Like, even though Supernatural is technically still happening, son, something about it just felt like, all right, as long as I get these 13, I got to work towards something. Like, I'm just thinking about, like, Naruto. Mm-hmm. They told me one of them joints, Naruto's still ongoing. They like the 600 episode, and I'm like, does it have an end in sight? Because I need an end in sight, bro.
600?
I'm over exaggerating.
Okay,
I'm just saying it's some stupid
ass
number. Like, he's still.
Hi, Marty.
There shows
Sorry.
His son has a whole show, Boruto, and he's still going as Naruto. What the fuck?
I don't. Okay, I don't even know really what the Naruto's about. What is that? What's that about?
Some demon kid shit. I don't know. But anyway, let's get into this.
Okay.
Let's get into the Street Kings, man. Let's get into let's get into Marty's movie.
Yeah,
he's been pushing it.
Yeah. Tom Ludlow, you got your man. Tom Ludlow.
I'm watching.
God damn it!
I'm watching this film, son.
Yeah.
I'm watching this film, son, and I'm like,
Tell me what you thinking.
Is this film trash? Or am I intrigued? And I'm watching it.
The same question I had sitting in the theater.
But I gotta tell you this though, dog. It's not great. I know.
Okay.
I know why Lawrence does not like this movie. I know why people that do not like this movie don't like this movie. Here's my Facebook. One of my Facebook statuses. I put, what if I told you that Keanu Reeves, Chris Evans, Forrest Whitaker, Hugh Laurie, Naomi Harris, Terry Crews, Common, The Game, and Cedric the Entertainer were in a weird, bizarro Training Day type cop film that nobody ever saw. And
Don't forget Clifton Powell.
Oh no, I forgot him. I forgot he was in that. Oh God, let me retroactively.
Are you serious?
I'm retroactively putting him in this, even though this post is like days old in the history books. He's in his suit.
Oh shit!
And I said, Pete, okay. Cedric is playing an actual gangster, and Terry Crews is playing an actual cop.
Yeah, a real one.
And I'm watching this thing, unsure if it's crap or intriguing. Which probably means that it's crap. But with all of those names, how could it really be crap though? That was my post. So then under my post, my homie, that's what my homie Peanut put. Brilliant. I can't wait for reviewing them Kangs. Jay Bake. It was a good movie.
All right, you're my homie.
Martin Denise, it was dope.
You're homie number 2.
TJ Winston, Street Kings was hilarious.
Oh,
I don't think he means that sincerely.
Okay, I was about to say that. Maybe we're going to need more paper, but maybe not.
This movie's not meant to be hilarious. And my dog said it was hilarious.
I'm not going to lie. I laughed a couple times at the end.
Kevin McLean. I've been on it since it hit theaters, and I got it on DVD. Blockbuster $5 movie closing sale.
My nigga! Yeah!
Larry Everidge. It was so bad, it was good.
Yo, I know. I kind of, yeah.
Amanda Crimmins. I saw that on bootleg when it first came out, and she ain't seen nothing else about it.
Damn.
AJ Smith.
That's enough.
I remember when I first saw that, convenience store scene was the worst. What was the convenience store scene?
What's the one where they
when they fucked up. Okay. Danzo Square. I actually loved that film. It was interesting. Charles Smith. It was so dumb, I couldn't stop watching it.
I know.
Stephon Christopher Spears. I actually thought the film was cute. LOL. He was the only person I replied to. I said, Stephon, if you're using the word cute to describe it, that means that movie failed.
It failed horribly.
And all he sent back was an emoji of laughing.
Yeah, no, you absolutely.
And last but not least, Ashton Certain said, I liked it when I saw it before.
Okay.
Now,
not recently, but before.
I just had to laugh because that's pretty split.
It's
pretty split.
It's split, but do you not feel like more people maybe thought it was garbage, but still somewhat enjoyed it?
But no, the thing is this: there were only a few definitive I liked it, and there had a few definitive I don't fuck with it, but I watched it anyway. And then there was the majority.
Okay, fair enough.
Majority class was really. It was so bad, it was good. Or it was so dumb, I had to see what was happening.
I couldn't turn away. It was a train wreck.
I fell more into the position of, I just want to know where it's going. I was just because
and
like
once it got there, how did you feel?
By the end of the movie, I was like, fuck this film. Because it ended as if they're about to do as if they thought they were gonna do a more.
Like they had a series.
They had a plan.
Yeah.
And the fact that nothing ever came about any of this shit makes it a fail.
Now if they made star Keanu.
I'm gonna make come shut the fuck up, not Keanu. But I'm gonna make you
make you a star.
Keanu, come on, nigga. Now he's so not in shape in this film. But
he doesn't give a fuck neither.
But if this movie produced more movies, it would have been more of a success for me because of how hard they set up in the end that they want more movies.
Okay. You I forget about that ending actually from time to time, but it really
this film ends with Keanu Reeves. We're gonna jump all around this movie. It's playing in the background as we always have it doing. But I'm gonna talk about what the fuck ever come to my mind on it. But this film hold up. On the screen right now, Keanu Reeves got jumped by the Asian cats because he talking stupid, and at the time they don't know he them people trying to set him up. And this nigga just kicked the shit out of Keanu. I gotta laugh. But anyway, it ends with him after, he finds out the big conspiracy, which I feel like you should be able to see a mile away if you know these films, that Forrest Whitaker, your best buddy, is setting you up. And I will give him this. I really dug the final scene between them. I don't know, dog.
Wait, like he just gonna lose his shit?
What they have to talk about being friends, and Forrest gets emotional how he loved them and we were family. Then he gets shot and they just talk it out. And I love the final scene between him and Forrester despite the movie. When we get to the end,
I love Forrest Whitaker overacting in this movie.
He's overacting his ass off.
He is chewing up every bit of motherfucking scenery, man. I mean, like he lived in a gingerbread house. I mean, he is hungry. But I enjoy every minute of it. It's something where it's kind of like, wow, y'all just told him to keep going, didn't you? Like he came in probably at like a 3 or maybe even a 5. But I'm sure y'all coached him up to a 9, didn't you?
I mean, they just let him go. Now, for people that don't know what this movie is about, you feel me? Street King is about his semi-crooked cop, Keanu Reeves. His boss, his commander, Forrest Whitaker, basically, they got this thing where they get the job done by any means necessary, and whether niggas get murked when they shouldn't be or not. And Forrest Whitaker cleans it up. You know what I'm saying? Now, they're doing good work. He's actually, saving, at the top of the movie, they saved some girls that was getting trafficked and shit. Keanu killed these niggas. Now, they're supposed to see their day in court, but, that's not what they do. Keanu and them, they murk the rapists and the pedophiles, and they bring in who they feel like bringing in, apparently.
He has no intention of bringing these folks in.
Oh, no, he even sets up the crime scene and plants shit. He's like a fucked up crooked cop, dog.
Oh, yeah.
And,
he's the crookedest.
Yeah, I said semi. No, he's crooked.
He's crooked.
But, and he's drunk. And,
All the time.
So, and it's about how basically some shit goes down. Terry Crews, they find out Terry Crews, who used to be a detective like them, they put him down to beat cop. He decides to flip on everything that used to go down, and he gets killed. And Keanu Reeves trying to get down to the bottom of it, even though everybody telling him he need not, because that's not a good way. And once again, as these movies go, the cops that's telling him not to keep looking into shit is the niggas that's doing the shit. So it was pretty to me pretty obvious, like especially that it's gonna lead back to Forrest, because that's what these movies do. But as I'm on this road, I'm just watching it, curious to see where it goes. Like, unlike Bird Box, like sometimes when I'm watching films, dog, I'm entertained, as people already know, by just unintentional humor. There's not a lot of unintentional humor for me in this movie. There's not a lot of humor at all in this movie.
I mean, they
this movie's very serious.
Sincere. Yeah, they're very sincere in most of their actions. But
the few times I laughed was with Cedric the Entertainer, and I don't think I was supposed to. I think he just can't help it.
He was supposed to.
But he started off trying to be hard, and then they started letting him flex out a few jokes. But when you first get introduced to him, he's like, yeah, man. And I'm like, come on. Come on. Cedric, you ain't no gangster.
Nah.
When you want to be in a bitch later on when Common was, that was the best acting work. I don't really like Common acting. that was the best acting work of Common's career, nigga.
I knew you was my nigga because you was my nigga.
Bruh.
See, I knew it.
He was actually good in this. Common was good.
Did I say that? I knew it. I knew you was gonna agree with me. Did I tell you the one time?
He was
good. And you know why? Because you know why? It was just that little bit. It was like, nigga, you better fucking know that nigga was the shit in this movie.
That's the one that goes on your reel, Common.
It makes me feel like I know you can do better. I've seen it.
I still don't want to see.
I've seen it.
It was trippy though. Watching this movie was weird because how did you get all these niggas together?
David fucking Ayers just...
Because I think I forgot that you gave me the rundown of all the niggas in this movie.
Yeah.
So when niggas started popping up...
You like...
Okay, you heard me? I'm watching. Okay, Forrest Whitaker popped up. Oh yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, Marty did tell me Forrest Whitaker in this movie. Okay, fine. And then, you know what I mean, random niggas that I know, don't know their name, I know their faces was in this movie. Every type of gangster that's ever played a Mexican gangster was in LA. If you was ever an LA Mexican gangster in a movie, you were in this movie too. Because all the niggas from Training Day... Oh, nigga, I saw them all around. When Terry Crews popped up on one, it was so extra. I'm like, Terry Crews, what are you doing? He's like, man, you need to be... And he was Gamby for me, dog. Terry Crews was Gamby, dog. I felt bad that he had to go out.
And he got the Gamby treatment.
Yeah, he got shot the fuck up.
He got the
Gamby moment they were saying that he was going to blow whistles and then he got killed and then them niggas... It was a hit. It was an obvious hit.
Yep.
It wasn't even like, dude, y'all didn't even try to cover up it was a hit. It was an obvious hit. Y'all went in there, sprayed him up. I'm like, my nigga, dog...
Did you have though any questions about like why they never really addressed the fact that he shot once and one of those shots went into... Well, they addressed it, but they didn't really do anything about
They did nothing with it. So for the people listening that have not seen this film, once again, Terry Crews, like I said, he's gonna flip on the whole situation or whatnot. It's a crew of them. I don't know all their names, you know what I'm saying? There's the Hispanic guy, I know him from shit. There's two white guys, I know them from shit.
From My Big Fat Greek
Wedding, they got, you know what I mean?
Jay Moore.
We don't want. I don't remember these niggas' names. There's so many names, so many people in this film, whatever. But anyway, Keanu Reeves gets very pissed off when he finds out that Terry Crews, who is his particular former partner, is dropping dimes on everybody. Mm-hmm. So he decides that he gonna follow this nigga, even though Forrest Whitaker and everybody else in their squad telling them we got it handled. Every time they say they got, I'm like, oh, they gonna do some fucked up shit. They said, dog, don't go down this road. Don't go down this road. He said, nope. I still at least want to sneak him. That's what he really was on. He was like, well, look, I want to sneak him. I just want to sneak him. That's all he was on. They like, don't talk to him. So, but he said no. Since if he didn't decide that he had to go sneak this man, he wouldn't even been in the position he was in. He just would have heard Terry Crews got shot up. He would have believed the stories that was put out there. He wouldn't even been on the scene, and he'd have been good. But since he had to go sneak this nigga, he get caught up in the kit. They try to make it seem like these niggas robbed the store, but they never asked for nothing. The hitters came in there. They shot up the motherfucking nigga. Terry Crews already knew Keanu Reeves was following them, so he whooping this nigga ass, thinking that Keanu Reeves coming to fucking kill him. But Keanu already seen that these niggas about to roll up in this store. So he's telling Terry like, yo, we got niggas rolling in the store. Stop beating on me, nigga. I'm only here to sneak you.
Yeah.
I ain't here to murk you, but them niggas here to murk. I didn't know the time, Terry, but he knew they was in there to murk because they coming out with artillery.
Yeah, dude, and it's just like that shit just goes so sideways so fast.
But in the midst of it, Keanu Reeves accidentally shoots Terry Crews in the back of his shoulder, which will implicate him to make it seem as if he was in on Terry Crews getting murked because his bullet is in the back of this nigga and he had no business following this nigga. And everybody already know, hey, you made a public scene when you first found out he was dropping dimes on you, nigga. You playing yourself, nigga. So, like you saying, Marty, they making you believe that, that they're going to use this bullet to hold over his head in some kind of fashion. Later in the film, no, they don't do shit with it, ladies and gentlemen.
They mention it.
They give it back to him.
Yeah.
The diabolical motherfuckers in the film say, because the whole time, all the red flags they're saying, say, dog, leave us alone. Say, dog, leave us alone. Say, dog, leave us alone. Look, we even give you the bullet. Here go your bullet, leave us alone. Hey, you get to keep you even get to keep the tape from the store that shows you shoot this nigga in the back. Guess what? You get to keep this Keanu Reeves. Guess what? Leave this shit alone. But Keanu, you're not leaving it alone.
Oh yeah, Keanu.
It got to a point where I'm like, I don't even know if I'm on your side. I think I'm more on Chris Evans' side. I'm kind of mad you murked Captain America. House is over here, and I've got to a point as a black person when I watch these movies about crooked cops. See,
Clifton Powell is his field, nigga.
But I'm oh yeah, Clifton Powell would, because the same of Clifton Powell, he said like 3 things in this entire film.
Yeah, boss.
Dog,
Okay.
he was a field nigga. But I'm saying, someone as a black man these days, dog, these crooked cop movies don't appeal to me in the same manner when you have like internal affairs. Like internal affairs are the cops that get the cops. And oftentimes when we watch these movies, you're supposed to root against internal affairs taking down your heroes because those are the cops. Those are the real bad cops because they're trying to sell out cops. Some of y'all motherfuckers need to be sold out. I found myself saying, get them House. Get all them niggas House.
But then you find out that House is sort of is got his own skeletons, has got his own secrets,
well, they are
his own things.
cops.
Which everyone.
Cops.
And then just as we hold cops to a higher level, but I mean we all got everybody's got skeletons,
quote unquote.
But
We hold them to. I wish we could hold cops to a higher standard, but they don't live up to the standard that I wish I could hold them to.
Right.
They don't even take responsibility for when they fuck up. See, that's one of the biggest things too. They fuck up and then let it go, and then they get off paid leave, whatever, and then they come back, and they even your partners don't even stand up and say this was messed up. And a few cops that do stand up and say this was fucked up get fucking kicked out or get persecuted. It's like, damn, nigga, y'all are cops. Y'all should not want bad apples. Just like Chris Rock said this shit, nigga. We don't want fucked up doctors. You need a doctor to not be a doctor that got D's the whole time. No, you want doctors to have to stand up to a standard. You can't have cops not up to a standard. They're supposed to be our heroes. They're supposed to ride for us. So even though I love crooked stories about anti-heroes and all of that, and part of this is me being facetious, but part of me is like when he came in talking about I'm the cop that get the cops, I'm like, well, Keanu, you are crooked.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to root against you when I know as a black person that them niggas, if they weren't Hispanic, if they weren't Hispanic, they weren't Asian, they could have been just some niggas that you just shot up and done and got away with it because you got nigga Forrest Whitaker watching your back because you his hired gun, you his dog.
Send you in and let you loose.
So like and of course his girlfriend's a nurse.
Girlfriend is a nurse.
Because and these one of those guy movies, with masculine and testosterone. So, you ain't gonna have women doing anything. They just gonna be nurses tending to the emotions and to the wounds of the hero.
She just
ain't no woman did anything in this film.
She didn't do much at all.
No woman. Did any woman
her.
do anything in this movie?
Were there any women besides her?
Nigga.
Like, I'm trying to think of another one. Was there another? Did we even interact with another woman? Did we? Nigga, don't do that. I really can't think of one. You're making it worse. Oh man.
Boom.
See that, man?
She was only there to tend his wounds, give him some pussy in the hospital, and later make him feel like he could have someone he could vent to. They had no women in this movie.
Oh, no, wait.
There's one. She's not saying nothing.
No,
Naomi Harris.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Her, Terry Crews.
And guess what she got to do in this movie? Side eye Keanu Reeves.
And
get her ass whipped.
Yeah, almost die.
Almost get murked, and then thank him, and then go on the run. Yeah.
Start a new life.
I love me some Naomi Harris, though. One thing I say about Naomi Harris, no matter if you give her trash, she makes it treasure. She's never bad in anything she does.
Great. Yeah, that's the thing.
I love her.
That's the thing.
I love Naomi Harris. I forgot. I'm mad I forgot she was in this film because I loved her in this film. But once again,
I like Chris Evans in this.
They wasted women in this movie,
and I like Common. This if nothing else,
it was
you
weird.
You can walk away saying, I liked Common in that. Like, that's something you couldn't say before.
Oh my God! Look at his visual. He has to sit on the outside while the whole crew that's setting him up are at this dinner, sitting on the inside with each other. Metaphors. I see you, David Ayer. You should see from the dump. He's the only one wearing all black while they're wearing suits that are official, and they're all plotting on you. You dumb fuck. But you don't see it because you're the protagonist of this film, and we're supposed to be stupid. But anyway, that's just idle scene I just threw out there, guys. Do not not think about it too deeply.
But
Yeah, what else happened in this film? But like, cause I'm getting really aware. Cause I think I said this on a previous episode of one of these shows that I was listening to the Black Guy Who Tips, and his wife basically said that if the movie doesn't have a certain amount of black people in it, or if the show doesn't have any black people in it, she won't watch it. That made me very much more aware of when I'm watching anything, how many minorities are in this film, how many women are in this film, how many this, and what are the women doing, what are the minorities doing? It's like, it kind of like forced me to look at things even more than I already do. Because, you know, as filmmakers, as writers, as artists ourselves, as actors, we already look at all of this shit differently than your average moviegoer anyway. That's why we have a podcast talking about the shit. But, you know what I mean? When you take to that level of social justice and, you know, you being more aware and more awakened to how things are portrayed, I can't help but notice that, like, damn, nigga, like, y'all ain't do nothing with the women in this film. Like, I can't just only think about when black people get fucked over. So, you know, there's a detriment that, you know, it's just a detriment. Y'all could have done more with this. But, you know, it's just older. And I was about to just say that it's weird seeing Chris Evans get murked because of who he is now. You know what I mean? I did not see him being murked coming. They even established that he was engaged with like a baby on the way or some shit. So that's pretty screwed.
I mean,
it's like Brad Pitt in Seven.
I'm not, well, okay, so this movie came around a time where I kind of felt like in the midst of this, you know, in this world, that kind of anything could happen. I thought that it was on the table that maybe Chris Evans was going to die, but did I walk in thinking that it was going to happen? Fuck no.
Right.
But it did kind of... It shocked me, but and didn't surprise me. That's what it was. It shocked me, didn't surprise me. But it was I don't know, dude. In all of those moments, man, I'm dealing with so many emotions. I mean, I'm digging Common and I'm trying to figure out what's happening.
We didn't get the Common yet. Oh, you mean in that scene? Because
scene.
Common is doing his thing.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the whole way that Keanu Reeves and Chris Evans came together. So Chris Evans, he works for the Internal Affairs, right?
Yes.
And
he's investigating.
But he's not on Hugh. He ain't on House side. He under the thumb. They told him he got to help clean up the mess because they trying to cover up the fact that Keanu was actually there. They shot nigga in the back. They trying to once again cover his ass. He might, you know what I mean.
Either way, he was on his side. In the situation.
Chris Evans wasn't on Keanu Reeves' side. So Keanu Reeves was
so?
saying was acknowledging that it was fucked up. Remember, he thought I just gotta do my job and cover your ass because a nigga head at the top of me told me I gotta do it. Even though I don't like it, I gotta do it. I'm doing it. So when Keanu was on the level of, look, nigga, I'm not cool with them niggas because the thing is, they're gonna just case closed. We got the niggas who killed Terry Crews. Boom, boom, bam. That's it. Keanu Reeves wasn't there. Chris Evans gotta cover it up. So when Keanu like, nah, nigga, at least let's deal with the niggas who did it. Let's find out who did it. So even if we give them street justice, we getting some kind of justice. That's when Chris Evans was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Let me get down.
Because I got a conscience, and that's what got him murked.
Yeah.
My fellow cops.
Yeah.
If you
guys think about it, like, yeah, he really shouldn't have been there.
Tragic story.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he mentioned he just got engaged, and he really had an altruistic heart. And I think somewhere in there, because Keanu Reeves up the top, you can see he was on street justice. I think Chris Evans somewhere in there thought he was going to arrest somebody. Because when Keanu was trying to do street justice, he's like, what are you doing?
You know what? I thought it was going to come to a point where, like, Chris Evans was going to have to pull the trigger and maybe, like, Wooden or something, or Freeze or some shit like that or something. I don't know. But, or maybe, like, a kid or something will pop his head out of the back room and be like, Daddy, what's going on? And then, like, you know, Chris Evans, I don't know, some other shit. Not like this firefight that fucking happens.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking in these, like, weird, dramatic moments. But
what was the point of Chris Evans though at that point?
I mean, I think he just sort of served as a sidekick. To be honest, like we needed to team Keanu Reeves up with somebody else.
Did
you know
we?
What I'm saying?
Did we though? We watched him be John Wick. We watched him do all kind of movies where he's just him as the one man gun. And this type of because the thing is,
but this isn't a lot of gunning though.
But
this
I'm like
a lot
the
of
way Chris.
Like police work, and it's like, do we want to watch Keanu Reeves by himself do police work? There's
many movies that, you could have had someone serve the I'm getting Keanu Reeves evidence portion versus, but the whole I've got a sidekick and now this cop gets killed with me. Was it really that necessary for the story? Aside from having from giving him pressure at the very end to put on him a body, but you already got Common in them bodies on him and they're cops. So I'm like, if you eliminated Chris out this whole story, Or even if you made him a woman or something, and just had him be somebody that was giving him information and being a bit more, having some agency or something, it would have been still the same film. Because really, all Chris Evans did was run around with him. He just ran around as the sidekick to Keanu Reeves, and then he got killed by Common and them when they found out that when they found Sid. He didn't need Chris for nothing. He showed that at the top of the movie when his partners, he didn't call him in. He handled his business. How you gonna show him at the top of the movie that he's adequate drunk by himself, but then he need Chris Evans later?
Well, the thing that
we just need a witness.
I mean, Chris Evans was the one who pointed him out, though.
That's what I'm saying. He just needs somebody to give him info.
Yeah.
But did he need a sidekick to come along and get murked?
No, he didn't.
That's all I'm saying.
In that regard, no. No, but to be honest, I don't know if I want to see this version of Keanu just walk around doing police work,
I mean, Chris Evans was fit, so I mean, they let him do that running scene because you got to see, one of us can run because we ain't gonna believe Keanu gonna do all that in this film.
I mean, nah, not in this one, man. Nah.
Feel me?
But yeah, it's like he did the opposite of working out and getting in shape.
Yeah, this was just one he did for some money, dog, because he liked all the people in it. Because, dog, y'all got a lot of people in this movie. When the game popped up, I'm like, what the fuck is the
dope ass idea?
What the fuck is the game doing in this movie?
It's like hey man, I'm the guy who directed no, I'm the guy who wrote Training Day, dude. I gave Denzel his
Okay,
first...
so this came after Training Day.
Yeah,
that's what he did.
Yeah, he wrote Training Day. Now he didn't write this. I think it was like
no, it don't matter. It don't matter.
What?
He used the Training Day leverage to get all these niggas to hop in the film because they thinking that it's gonna be the next gritty, urban, whatever the damn hell.
Training Day was like I don't want to misspeak, but I want to say Training Day was like one of Terry Crews's first
non-comedic.
No, it's like his first roles, like just in general, like he was the cat, like calling the birds and stuff, and getting the big dude, like
Everybody Hates Chris and all that came after that, and White Chicks came after that. Mm-hmm. Wow, damn time, interesting. He used that Training Day to get all these people together. He did the score of this film at times, sometimes a little heavy-handed.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely.
Yep.
Okay, all right, man. Yep. That's all. I'm crazy. Okay, that's what it is.
Yep.
Got it.
I'm saying, son. I won't go as far as because I did listen
to
it. L-Dub called this movie absolute trash.
I
will not call this film absolute trash.
Okay, cool. All right, there we go. See?
I will not probably watch this movie again. It's not a film that I'm probably gonna ever remember. Like, this movie I think it was just kind of pedestrian, dog. Because, dude, I'm watching it and I'm watching things go down and I care, but I think I only care because I'm like, what's about to happen? After the millionth time of Forrest Whitaker telling Keanu Reeves to leave us alone, they find him and Chris Evans eventually find Cedric Entertainer as the gangster, and gangster Cedric Entertainer shrugs. It's again why is he even this role? And Cedric is the one who leads. No, it's the game that leads us to Cedric. And the game goes to jail so we can find out. That's the thing. The build to Cedric, the fact that the game had to go to jail. Just so we can find out who Cedric is.
Right.
For it to be Cedric the Entertainer, who is not intimidating presence or a gangster presence whatsoever.
Was it Scribble? That's his name?
It was something weird.
Scribble?
I'm like, son, if the game, who is an intimidating presence, at the very least, he's not to the intimidating presence he is now with all the muscles that he is now. Because game now look like he'll
slimmer,
but still, he looked like he'll fuck you up at the very least.
Right,
so if he got to go to jail to find this person, I ain't trying to see Cedric the Entertainer.
Just to get his name,
nigga.
Just to get his name.
I mean, goddamn, son. Was our homie missing? What's his name? Is on Black Lightning right now, man. With the bald head, man. You know he done fucked up, right?
Bill Duke?
Was Bill Duke not available? I understand you bitched him out the end because he ain't never shoot a gun, which made it even worse. I'm like, Cedric, you didn't want to fuck with these cops because your name on the streets would be fucked up. But then when it came down to these niggas being like, and I understand why you didn't want to shoot because them niggas, Common and them later on shot you. You know what I mean? So I can understand. I jumped a bit for people that don't know. At some point, Cedric leads them to the people that actually shot up Terry Crews, the actual guns, because they actually find out that the names that Forrest Whitaker and Keanu Reeves' entire squad were running with were actually...
That nigga slave, nigga. You gonna let that nigga call you by your name, nigga?
Oh, that's what... We're gonna get to that.
I'm
But they're like, those guys that they said shot up Terry Crews were actually already dead. Keanu Reeves and Chris Evans found their bodies, like, dug in a grave, in a pit. So, Cedric helped them find Common and Common's partner, who is often a gangster in films. And the thing is, they present them as if they're just gangsters. You find out after Keanu then had this whole gunfight with them that they're cops, that they're the cops that Forrest and them hired to do the bidding. But in this altercation, when they finally get to them, it's very tense. It's a very tense situation, but this is when Cedric starts playing up a lot of the comedy, dog. And that's when I go back to, I think you were miscast here. Even though you were funny, the story of the world that they're setting up and the fact that the game have to go to jail for us to find you makes me feel like, nah, man, you just bitched yourself up when you got into the fire with all these components. At a point, Chris Evans start putting together that, oh, I know these two other Common and this other guy, and they're not gangsters, but then he get his ass shot up when he start putting two and two together. Common already know who Keanu Reeves is and already know what Keanu Reeves want. Because Keanu Reeves is like, we gonna murk these niggas after getting information. Common's a smart nigga. You hear me? So there's this big gunfight. Chris Evans gets murked in the gunfight, and once again making himself completely useless. At least have him be a 2-on-2 gunfight with, you know what I mean, with John Wick and Captain America versus goddamn Common and goddamn Gangster number 5. But no, you just murk Chris Evans off the dump. You shot up Cedric. Then Common started yelling at Cedric to help him shoot up Keanu after Common just shot up Cedric to try to shoot at Keanu. And what Common told him to get him motivated? What Common told him, Marty?
Nigga, you better pick that gun up. I'm gonna put the next one gonna be in your dome, nigga. Something like that. What that nigga said, yeah. Next one gonna be in your dome, nigga. You let that nigga call you by your name, your slave. You that nigga slave, nigga.
Because Keanu Reeves said Cedric Entertainer's real name and said his hood name.
Fuck, what did he call? What's his real name?
I
Clarence?
forget. Some weird shit in the comment. But look, nigga, he called you by your slave name, nigga. Like he know you, nigga. You his slave, nigga. Shoot him, nigga. And I'm like, Common, dog, you shot him. If you shot me, I ain't shoot nobody. If I get this gun, ain't no might.
That nigga said ain't no might.
I wish the people listening could see my face right now. Mike?
Tell me about the mic.
Mike? You shot me!
Pick that gun up, nigga.
Bitch! I'm gonna shoot you the fuck as soon as I get that gun. This character gets to the gun while he's bleeding, and she's like, I can't shoot nobody, Common. I can't shoot nobody, you little nick. They wrote that character messed up, son. That character should have been written. White people wrote this, huh? White people wrote this. Because that character should not have been played for comedy. And when he got shot up, when he grabbed that gun, Cedric should have turned to Common as he's about to shoot at Common. He either shoots, get one off on Common. Either way it go, he gotta get shot up. He gonna die. Yeah. But he don't go out like that. I can't shoot him, Common, and Common kill him any damn way. Bullshit. Malarkey. Malarkey, I say.
I think every bit of Cedric the Entertainer was intentional.
But not necessary for this film. It
not necessary at all. I mean, in this film, sort of like, if we're being honest, because I do, even though I think that I don't know where it is now. I feel like I'm losing the genius of this movie the more we sort of break it down.
Should have brought it to me, Marty.
That's kind of what I wanted, though. That's exactly what I wanted. But shit, where was I going with that? Cause now I'm watching it. What were we talking about before I started watching the show?
What
were we talking about?
I mean, I'm just talking about how Cedric Entertainer, it was obviously not written by somebody who has...
Right. I think that... so what I was going to say is I think that that was...
Not to say that white people cannot write a damn good fucking script about some crime shit. I don't want to say that. But at times when men write female characters, they don't hit the mark. At times when white people write black characters, they don't hit the mark. And I'm saying, while you hit all the marks right with common writers, I feel where you coming from, dog. I can't play you as if you can't write black characters because there were some black characters that you wrote right. But Cedric's character, I feel like that was a missed opportunity. That's a better way to put that. But what you saying, my nigga?
Yeah, just that the movie really struggles with tone in places. Like, while some things I think, still land, I think that it's sort of misplaced in the same regard. Now, granted, I don't know, man. I still love every minute of Forrest Whitaker. Now
and Hugh Laurie, I like the showdown that's on the screen right now when Keanu Reeves when they freaking ratted the Forrest Whitaker about your boy beating up his ass to try to get him to rack.
He comes in there like his fucking daddy.
He does. He charges the fuck out Keanu, but I love the tension and I love the back and forth. Like, this was a good scene. Like, there's some good scenes, dog. That's why I say I can't call the movie trash because the actor in me, the storyteller in me, watching certain showdowns, and once again, when you have actors of this caliber, Hugh Laurie, Forrest Whitaker, they're gonna go at it. Mm-hmm. They're gonna make it work, son. You feel me? Marty's dying. See, that's the thing that most smokers understand, dog. If you start laughing while you're having smoke in your lungs, you may die. That's how you die from weed. It's not from the actual plant killing you. Mm-hmm. It's from you and the smoke and your body's anatomy having a tussle. So Marty's taking a chill pill. I'm gonna handle this up once again. Like, yeah, that's all good, dog. But like, yeah, I love this showdown. Forrest Whitaker, he is chewing up the scene, but sometimes I like seeing an actor just go for what you know, dog. Because being an actor myself, so many times, that's one of the kickers about being an actor that starts in theater and that's mainly taught theater. When you get into the film realm, at times, if you don't go to film, like acting for film classes or taking some type of training that can help you make that transition and feel comfortable. Because it's not that you don't have the caliber to do it. You have the caliber. If you're an actor, you're an actor. But you need that comfort to know how to attack that craft, that side of the craft. There's side of the craft. So sometimes me myself, I wonder, am I doing too much for the lens? You know what I mean? Because I know what I would do on stage for all these people that gotta feel me at the back of the audience. But I know you only playing to this box when you're doing film. And the slightest thing that you do is going to be picked up. The slightest thing that you think is going to be picked up. So at times when I'm watching film, I can enjoy when I'm like, oh, since this is a vet, they letting him do what the fuck he want.
They just sort of like, I don't know, dude.
I feel like every director that directs Jack Nicholson just lets him do what the fuck he wants.
Really? No, probably. Like, I imagine mostly that's sort of how it goes. But for this one, I can't help but to feel like, you know what, maybe he did come in like that. I just feel like my man probably came in at about I don't know, maybe a hard 6, and my man ramped him up and said, nah, man, just more, go give me more, and he's just like, he fucking kept going, man, and now he's up there chewing up the scenery.
No, my nigga, what you need to understand is this. Is this what you need to get, son? Mm-hmm. You shouldn't be hitting a hard 6. I think he came in at a hard 10. At a
they gave it at a fucking 12.
I'm
tell the truth.
I'm saying this.
Then they gave it at 12 and was like,
this
is how you're supposed to do this.
What we have in this film is just one notch, because there's way hammer performances that you can see in film. I feel
Fair
like
enough.
He's right above the mark of you noticing, if you have an eye for that, someone eating up scenery. I don't think that he's doing it to the point that if you are a casual watcher, you'll even catch that damn nigga, he chewing this.
Okay. Oh, okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even myself in Tales from the Hood, too, there's points where I'm chewing up that shit, but that's what the director wanted, you feel me? And at times, I'm like, there's other ways I could have played this to play it way more down if I felt like it, you dig? Right. But sometimes niggas want certain things and shit. So I feel like he going how he want to go, and that director is like, do this and do that.
Just make sure it's in focus, guy.
Because I don't think his character was meant for a black actor.
Interesting.
I think they cast him because he's Forrest Whitaker and he transcends, but I don't think the person that wrote this meant his character to be black. I don't feel that, and I don't get that vibe. And I feel like Forrest is playing up more of just being a neutral type of character. He don't come across as a black man to me. He just comes across as a nigga as a man doing his thing. Him just happening to be black adds that element just because of our eyesight, but his character, you know what I mean? He just is who he is. Even Terry Crews' character, there's nothing inherently black about him, but Naomi Harris make you feel that part of it when you look at the fact that damn, like your husband was taken from you. But one comedic part of this damn movie is when they bust Keanu Reeves down to desk duty while they clear up all this stuff going on with Terry Crews being killed and as his former partner. Yeah, and when they have that montage of the different people, they put him in complaint department. Yeah, and all those different people complaining to him. That was actually funny.
That was that was genuinely funny. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
I think that was written to be funny. It was that landed how it was supposed to.
Yeah, it's like this movie kind of gets it doesn't fail at everything. It gets certain things right, but sometimes it's the little things.
Now, see, peep this shit. See, like even in this movie, they lead you to feel like Chris Evans and Keanu Reeves' character is gonna be adversarial because there's a scene where Keanu Reeves is trying to steal his bullet back from the coroner's office that they dug out of Terry Crews. And of course, he didn't want that getting out that he was the third gunman. They set it up as if he was the first on the scene. And Chris Evans comes and takes the bullet before Keanu can steal it. And I'm like, I don't know, dog. So they really bring you a bunch of places that they just say, come with us. And I guess it goes back to what I explained earlier about.
Just trust me.
Chris Evans just rolled with him after realizing that he wasn't about the rah-rah. He did want some kind of justice. Keanu did have some kind of moral compass. So I'll take it. That's what it was. What else is in this film?
I dug the little intrigue where so he's at the corner and we're talking about the bullets and stuff like that. But he talks about how the coroner didn't want to do a rape kit or something like that to find out because he thought like his wife or whatever was cheating on him. I can't remember.
Oh, we found out the backstory about how Keanu Reeves lost his wife.
Right.
And she was cheating on him. Yeah. She was cheating on him, and then the motherfucker she was cheating on him with killed her. And the guy at the coroner's office was the guy who did that, that flushed the evidence, so they couldn't find out who the killer was. Yeah, but once again, why? What did that serve to the film?
That was only to quote unquote. They
wanted a freaking trilogy. Why give this random backstory of the coroner is the one that made him not be able to find his wife? Why? What does him even having the backstory of losing his wife have to do with this movie? What does him having to be a drunk so he has because of his wife being murdered have to do with this movie? He could just easily be somebody and we don't know his backstory. He with this shit. He with the shits. Some shit go down. He grows a freaking conscience because his former partner gets murked and he smells something's afoot. What is dude? Y'all just having layers to have layers just to have layers. You fuckers.
Yeah, when you put it like that, I don't have a lot of defense for it. No.
Oh, they jerk out dicks and give us no nuts. A few times in this movie, they do setups that they don't follow through with.
Yeah, no, just like there's just tons of times where you just, I don't know, like the more I watch this, the more I find like, oh wow, you know what? We haven't really got an answer to that. Okay. Well, I guess we just have to roll with that. It's fine. You know what? They'll deal with it. And I got to a certain point when I started just like, I would watch this movie over and over again. I would like, this has the potential to be a straight to DVD franchise now. or you know what I'm
if
saying?
it would have been, I
Like-
would have given so much more credibility because most
Yeah.
likely then they could have dove into the mystery of who killed his wife. That's what has him on edge. They tried to settle that, he's going to get to the bottom of killing Terry Cruz's killers because that's going to give him justification and to finding out who killed. No, that's not the same shit, dog. If you're going to set up this mystery of you're on edge because you don't know who killed your wife, and then by the end of this movie, you still don't know that, and then at the end of this movie, you leave this movie on a cliffhanger because after he murders...
We're gonna do this again.
Yeah, after he murders everybody, once again, his whole crew set him up.
He murdered his whole crew.
So he murdered his whole crew for setting him up all the way down to Forrest Whitaker in this emotional scene at the end. And all the help that Forrest Whitaker did for this man in this movie, it's weird to me that it was all to set him up. Why? He could have set up virtually any other one of those useless niggas. Why not set up the bald Hispanic guy? Why not set up the short Kevin Nash looking motherfucker? Like, why are you setting up your best gun that you call your friend? That it actually resonated when you called him family before getting shot. I was like, damn, you did hold him down a lot when you didn't have to. Even though at the end of the day it was to cover your ass, which that's the best villains, the ones that make you feel like, damn, you're doing good when you're not. But what's so special about Keanu Reeves that he had to be the one to be the patsy when he's showing to be the one that has the most balls? He's the better weapon.
So why get rid of him?
I guess because you can't control him, because no matter what, you give that dog a bone, he won't stop. Okay, I guess that's the reason. But at one point,
him inevitably finding out that the head of this whole thing is Forrest Whitaker is inevitable, and at that point, like, you can only use him for so long. At some point, you got to take him out the game.
Movie, you gotta choose which route you gonna go though, son. Because at the same time, you kept helping him, and I understand that he's the one stabbing you in the back. But I'm like, son, it's either you go on the route that, because at one point his partners and even Forrest Whitaker say that, you're gonna be the one we got all along. So if the whole setup was to get you all along, you don't have to go this whole route of he got to this place because he wouldn't leave well enough alone. Either he got to this place because he wouldn't leave well enough alone, or you were the patsy from the beginning and we were just buttering your biscuit. You try to play both of those sides, you can't. That's what makes it confusing as you leading the way. Because even Forrest Whitaker says, man, when he gets a bone, he don't let it go, man. When he gets it, then he let it go. He got to get his man. So if you know it's the type of nigga he is, why'd you even help him at all?
Yeah,
you could have been burnt him. You could have burnt him at the top of this movie.
Yep. I mean,
because you knew at the top of this movie,
it gives you several opportunities as you go along, just
burn him.
Yeah,
you knew at the top of this movie that, because from what they say, you knew from dump that you were getting ratted on Forrest Whitaker. We didn't even need this movie if you was gonna put it on Keanu Reeves.
True. Now,
at one point, I think you're saying. At one point, they said they was gonna put it on Terry Crews and make him dirty.
Yeah.
And but they muddied that. Because if they would have kept it clean on, we planned to put on Terry Crews, you being there fucked it up, and that's the story, so now we got to get rid of you.
Well, we planned on putting it on Terry Crews, but then Terry Crews planned to leave town. We can't put it on Terry Crews, like, we can't put it on the motherfucker who ain't here.
But still, if you going to make him dirty if he ain't there, they still going to make him a fugitive. The thing is, if you're going to make, because that's the thing, you plan to get Terry Crews shot. And you thought if he gets shot, that was going to just be clean and you was going to be good. If you was going to go that route, fine, but that bitch stopped. Then we got to send them. Because it was fast forwarding.
Oh,
but my thing is, you can't make it seem like it was this big conspiracy that y'all had all planned out from the dump because you were such a loose cannon, and still say that you was going to just put it on Terry. Like your clearer thing is Keanu fucked himself up, and you keep the bullet because now you got leverage. Why'd you even give him back the bullet? You let him have the tape, and then you only had a problem when you gave the tape to Terry Crews' wife. Now, that's dumb as fuck to give her the tape, Keanu,
like,
from dumb.
Why?
You should have known that was dumb.
Yeah,
but the fact, smart. The wife was in her own world.
Yeah, she was on the way out.
Y'all let a lot go for a while when you could have just handled him. Nigga, the mere fact that got the Hispanic nigga and Kevin Nash and Lil Short Kevin Nash killed. Oh, it's been started over again. Fuck. But anyway, the mere fact that the way that you even got him killed, son, why did y'all let him wake up? Why did y'all let Keanu Reeves wake up? Why did y'all just shoot him in the head there?
Oh, yeah, dude, man.
You had the nigga dead to rights after he killed the game and the other cop, and that if you going to pin Chris Evans' death on him, too. So y'all cops, y'all already did showed us that y'all know how to set up information, set up shit. Why'd you tie him up to let him crawl when you could have just, you had your mans? When he fucked you up in the first place, he should have got murked. Waking him up and letting him have an opportunity to kill you?
This is TV, man.
But we watch smart TV, man. We watch smarter TV than this.
Like, no, there's no excuse for that. And instead of, like, no, because, like, there's a moment where it's like, yo, he's up, da, da, da.
Murk
like,
him.
Hey, I'm going to play with him.
And that's the thing. Why'd you let him wake up if you were going to kill him?
I mean, we do know that this is the fucking boogeyman, right? We're just going to play with... You don't play with the boogeyman.
Why didn't y'all just put his unconscious ass in the dug up grave? He should be waking up in the grave.
No, dude. He shouldn't be waking up.
No, I said that from dumb.
I know you did.
But if he's to wake up, he should be in the grave as you're pouring motherfucking dirt on top of him. Straight up and down.
This motherfucker's like, I need a drink of water though first. I mean, I can't, man, you know.
That was a long crawl.
I need me a
That crawl was longer than Julio in Power.
You know how
when he got murked. And he crawled to his freaking epic death.
Man, I haven't caught up on Empire. How
Power.
Is that? Power.
Julio.
Oh, Julio. Oh,
when he got murked, he just crawled and crawled and crawled and crawled. And you thought he died, but he didn't die. And then he turned on his back, and then he died. That's how I felt watching Keanu Reeves crawl. And I'm like, where's he crawling to? And how did he know that shovel was going to murk that guy? There's a lot of shit they wanted us to just roll with.
Oh, yeah. No, we have to take...
You killed him with a shovel while your fucking hands was tied up?
It's Keanu Reeves, man.
Yeah, that's the problem. It wasn't. No. That's the problem, Marty. It wasn't Neo or John Wick. It was Keanu Reeves. It was older Bill and Ted. He should not have murked you with the shovel, then got a gun and murked you from below.
It shouldn't have been as easy.
It only happened because story. He's
Keanu Reeves.
Because story.
That's my word for this movie, man. What? He's Keanu Reeves. Ultimate Alliance 2, man. Jeez, you make me want to go home and play some stuff.
There's an Ultimate Alliance 3 dropping at the end of the year.
Oh, nerdgasm. Serious?
Yeah, we talked about it on the last episode of FlyWithBats.
I'm still listening.
It's in a nerd out moment, but it's an Ultimate Alliance 3 coming, and there's... I'll let you listen to it, you're going to see what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, man, what else can I talk about in this damn movie, man?
Hey, what else you got, man?
What else I got, bruh? Let me try to think.
How you feel about the game, man? It's just a little bit of, whatever.
It was just the game. And I was thinking to myself,
fair enough.
Why did he break...
This is early on.
Why did he break that mirror? That
Oh, yeah. So in the commentary, they say, like, that was a...
Pause. You love this movie. You watch it with the commentary on. I only watch movies that I really, really love with the commentary on.
That's why we're here, though, man.
Oh, my goodness.
On, dude. Like, I got an I have a weird affinity for this movie. And it's like, what I wanted...
Kiss my Converse.
Because here's the thing. Like, for a while, the only person I had to tell me, like, it was truly, truly terrible and really mean it was the Arrogant Observer.
What Arrogant Observer's reasons?
He doesn't like his main thing is Forrest Whitaker. Where I love the movie for Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
He hates it for Forrest Whitaker.
Wow.
Like he hates the overacting, the over the top, and the story. I can't remember. I think he said something about it being convoluted, and
I've learned that I like certain actors overacting to certain degrees, certain times depending upon the context. For instance,
I was gonna ask.
I hate a lot of that white guy and a lot of acting in Tales from the Hood too. Dumas Beach. I hate a lot of what that guy's doing.
Oh, I mean,
it is so much. It makes my eyes hurt. You feel me? That's what made me have to look at my own performance and go like, damn, son, I could have taken some of mine down because I hate looking at him. But when I say good overacting, or good, not overacting, good scenery chewing, J. Jonah Jameson in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Numbing it up and is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes. But
I even
feel
dig Willem Dafoe overacting ass in a lot of what he doing. Willem Dafoe be turning it up sometimes.
You mean in general?
Yes. Willem Dafoe will numb when he wants to numb, my friend.
He will. Oh, yeah, he will. But
and I never will.
He's normally in the right space to do it, though.
But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying, I think, is the fact of, I think in certain spaces, I like it more than in others.
Right.
And
okay.
In this space with Forrest Whitaker, I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
It didn't take me out. Like, honestly, when I was watching it, I was like, he's just doing a character right now. That's how I felt. And sometimes you gotta give a nigga space to do a character, because oftentimes, like I said, I don't think that character is written for a black person. You feel me? And I noticed he didn't play it as a black person. He just played it as whatever character he must have read when he read the script. And whatever quirks he wanted, whatever things he wanted to do, that's what he imagined when he did that. So I won't discourage him as an artist, because sometimes myself, dog, like, in certain joints I've done, I have freedom and space to just, do whatever I want. In other spaces, in other things I've done, I had to kind of be in the box that they wanted. You feel me? Right. So when I see actors get to a space where I can tell, win, lose, or draw, you got to have fun. I'm not going to disparage you as long as it didn't take me out of what I'm watching. And it didn't.
Well, that's actually an interesting take on it, because I never really looked at it that way. But yeah, I absolutely believe that that's true. That the looking at it as him approaching this as a role that wasn't written for a black guy or for a black actor, that's actually that makes a lot of sense.
What's his name in this?
Fuck.
What's his name?
Shit. I just had it pulled up on the phone.
Watch it be something inherently white.
His name is Captain Jack. Hold on. Jack what? Jack White? Jack Wyatt? Jack, come on, click on it. It's taking a minute.
Yeah, we know a whole bunch of black jacks.
Yeah, detective. Oh, shit. You're gonna give me a whole bunch of shit I ain't asked for. That was just some shit I did not ask for. You knew good and goddamn well what I clicked on.
But, like,
anyway.
What else? So that's his main thing. L-Dub don't got no other issues with it, because I just laughed when he went in on that other episode. And I was like, man, he was like, this is a piece of trash. He was one of the first people to write under one of my Street Kings, one of my Street Kings posts on Facebook, and was like, he said, somebody finally got you to watch it, eh? He laughed out loud. And I was like, nigga,
Come on.
You know. I think that pretty much wraps up the review, dog. I don't think I have much more to talk about or say on it, dog. Like, what really brought you into this movie? Like, what makes it sit with you in such a positive place?
Okay, so, and I was watching it, oh man, so long ago now it feels, because it was around the time when I first, I think it had to be one of the first reviewing it. It had to be when we first started doing stuff like this. And I was watching it, and I just remember us kind of being on the
Captain
same...
Jack Wander.
How
many black niggas you know name is Jack Wander? See what I'm saying?
Got that.
Jack Wander.
That never stuck in my head. Okay, fair enough.
Just saying, buddy. Just saying.
But yeah, no. Shit. Forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I know I was talking about what drew me to the movie.
What makes you like it so much?
Shit, I lost my thought, man. I was on to something, and it is kind of gone now. But so Forrest Whitaker, definitely one of the main Oh yeah, okay, now it is. That's what I was gonna say. I remember when we first started doing this, and I remember us kind of somewhat being on the same wavelength about a lot of things. And I watched this movie again, and I remember me and Arrogant Observer always being split about it, and not really having anybody else that had kind of seen it. Like we said, this was a movie that nobody saw. This went to theaters, but nobody saw it.
I was surprised the amount of people that replied on my Facebook about it.
Right?
Knew of it. I was like, wow, you guys really know this joint.
And I think it grew legs on like DVD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like nobody went to the theaters to see it, but when there was a blockbuster or something available for you to grab it and take it home for a couple of days, you probably did. I mean, it would cost you $2 to do it, or $1 maybe, depending on at what point you decided to take it home with you. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and all those names would at least build some intrigue.
It's like, well, it's a Friday night, man. I want to watch a movie. It's what looks good, what sounds good. That probably looked good, attractive to somebody, right?
Right.
So, when I watched it at the time, we were kind of on the same wavelength. I thought, maybe it might be fun if you could kind of be the tiebreaker to kind of come in and tell me like, yo, is this shit like genius, or am I just fucking nuts, man? Or is it just garbage, really? But I felt like at the time, well, still, I don't know, just really from the jump, there were just a lot of things going for it. Like a lot of the time, this is one of those movies that just gets a pass for me. I don't really know why. David Ayers, I don't know what it is about him, because it's like he can do wrong. It's not that this guy can't do wrong for me. But
Suicide Squad 1. Come on, what you mean?
Right. So, but it's just something about this movie that just sort of felt untouchable. Like, definitely Forrest Whitaker. Definitely the cast. I mean, like, we keep mentioning it, but like, seriously, at the time, if you run this down for somebody, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what? I've never heard of that fucking movie. What are you talking about? That shit doesn't exist. Then they look that shit up and it's like, oh shit. You know, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean?
The movie, like I said, it's not genius, Marty.
It's not genius.
But it's not trash either. But it's just, I'm looking at, all right, Chris Evans is doing this thing with a necessary character. Naomi Harris doing her thing. Another very unnecessary character. She's there to just be in peril later. No other reason. His girlfriend, no reason to be there.
She has the least.
Cedric the Entertainer, largely miscast. The game was being the game. Terry Crews.
But he fit in, I thought.
He fit in, okay, fine. Terry Crews did exactly what Terry Crews had to do, but I laughed at his first speech. That was a point of unintentional laughter. I did have a point. When he first rolled up on Keanu Reeves, and he was so serious, because at the time, we don't even know what the problem with the beef is. He's like, yeah, man, what's going on? And I was like, damn, Terry Crews, you just came hard with a bunch of aggression. I can't help but laugh a little bit. Then he had the little
round two, nigga.
Boy, that the intense music behind him. You wouldn't flip on him. You gonna see. Like, oh God, I'm joking. But had no more of that. Right. But fair dog, enough. It's like it's not garbage, but it's not great. It's like one of those movies that just exists.
Okay. I don't know, man. I just got a lot of fond memories.
If I watch it again, I might get laughs out of it. That's when it might become a joke.
Okay.
It might become a joke if I watch it again.
For me, dude, to be completely honest with you, I could watch this movie very often if I was able to fast forward through the scenes that don't include Forrest Whitaker and cut it off right before we get to that very end scene with Forrest Whitaker. If we cut it off right before we get to that last little couple moments, and then boom, I could watch this movie so much more.
And Forrest was not about dying. Forrest said, after all this, I'm still got you on my team. After Counter killed everybody, he even got the text message that Forrest think not even knowing the Counter got your boy phone. And Forrest Whitaker sent a text to the boy and go, oh yeah, kill him. Casually. Kill him. Just kill him.
Like, yeah, don't worry about it. I'm on it. I'm gonna get this food. I'm gonna get this stuff, and then we're gonna be fine.
I'm gonna save you. We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
you just sit down. You get you a Pop-Tart. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself a drink.
Yep.
You thirsty? You want some pussy? No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Look, we gonna take care of this shit. All right? Don't you worry about nothing.
Meanwhile,
don't you worry about a goddamn thing.
He texting him.
Kill this nigga. Get him. His ass is here right now. I want you to shoot him through the window. Motherfucker don't ask no questions. Just put a bullet in his ass. Goddamn it, but motherfucker, if you shoot me, you lose $5,000. Each and every bullet I take, you lose 100 more.
After Keanu even showed Forrest, I got you. He still was like, but I can fix this.
Look, listen, I know people.
He even still like, I'm doing this for you. You my nigga.
Then he's like, I'm gonna get physical with this nigga.
He actually had a fight. They had a fight. They had a physical fight. And And then when he got his ass whooped, he get handcuffed to a fucking railing in his house. He's still like, we family. I love you. I love you. Guess what? Tear down this wall. Tear down the wall, nigga. Tear it down. And Keanu did not take this order as being weird in any way. Now, you should take something in about that, dog. He did not go, what you mean, tear down the wall, huh? As soon as Forrest said it, Keanu looked at him and said, I'm breaking it.
Everything is in his wall, man.
What would make him think that there's an everything? I don't think Forrest said was,
that he's
you
hiding
know what?
something in the walls.
He didn't say that.
He said tear the wall down. That meant, like,
at the very least, as a human being, wouldn't you at least pause and be like, what you mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
He ain't what you mean at all. Nigga said tear down the wall, and all Keanu did was, okay, wall getting teared down.
You gotta, also you gotta keep in mind that, and this comes from listening to the commentary. So remember in the beginning when Keanu Reeves just like sort of lifts up this sofa cushion and like, oh, surprise, there's a gun there. Yeah. How did he know that fucking gun was there? Because apparently, as vice police or whatever the real life consultant was, said that that's where most drug dealers hide their guns, under their sofa cushions. So that got thrown into the movie or whatever,
Did you
right?
catch that? You didn't catch it. I'm going to do it again.
Hard
blink. Hard blink. There's reach because you heard the bitch. I hear no commentary.
Yeah, they like fuck that.
So all I saw.
So the commentary made the movie better.
Right, nigga. I'm going for what I saw, son.
Nigga, I don't give a goddamn about no commentary.
Yeah, he find magical guns and he tell this nigga that he finds all his money behind the wall.
Yeah, it's like people hide shit in weird places, and he's like, oh, okay, so I guess that must mean that you hiding some shit behind this wall. Let me tear it down.
In a good movie, Keanu would have taken that money. And this motherfucker would have ended really great. They thought they was going to franchise, so they had Hugh Laurie come in after all that shit go down and cover it up for Keanu and save his ass because we have more work to do. Because I'm like, dog, he does have a pretty good case, Forrest does. He has all these people in his pocket. He has all this money. You were crooked. You have a sort of moral compass because that's your former partner and he got murdered and you were there and it was on your account. But at the same time, son, they showed you to be morally ambiguous. Now, I understand you doing this shit in the name of your dead wife and shit, but you ain't taking none of the money. You became that noble by the end of this movie.
That's what we doing now.
I think if they didn't plan to have no kind of sequels, he would have left with some money. Like, this movie would have ended with him on the road, not being explained none of this shit, with money in the trunk, and look, this is how this bitch going.
Fair enough. I can see that. I kind of... So here's how I took the ending.
Because wait, pause. How do you even cover up all this shit? But keep going. I want to know.
Oh, so how I took the ending was that, honestly, initially... I just thought that was how they decided. I thought he thought that was just a cool shot, and that's just how they ended it. And
you were satisfied.
And I was satisfied. Yeah, I was like, cool. And I kind of thought that was the end of it. But then, like talking to people, I understood the impression that that meant potentially that maybe there's more. Like, no, look at it. This means that we're gonna come back and do this again.
He went on a murder spree. How does any of this get covered up? You know how many cops are dead?
It's a ton of shit, and it's like, well, fuck. In reality, how are we really gonna cover all of this shit up? None of these people are gonna have anybody gonna come looking for him.
Because Hugh Laurie's thing was, you're the first one on the scene again, as a callback to him being the first one on the scene when Terry Crews got murdered. But dog, at the end of the day, even if you are the first one on the scene, you were just on the news. You apparently murdered the game. You murdered the other nigga who was a cop. Chris Evans is dead because of you, and that's what they said on TV. And if you even say all that shit was in self-defense, then you got your other two partners, the Hispanic nigga and Kevin Nash looking motherfucker. That nigga is murdered, and that's off of your gun too. Yep. And then you were the first on the scene, but you the first on the scene and someone else killed Forrest Whitaker. Like, how does it even make sense that you're the first one on the scene when all these other people are dead by your hand, and you're gonna have to tell? It's so confusing how this all leaves off, dog. To say this was one movie, game, set, match.
Fair enough. But no, I understand now that even still, because oh god, man, just the more you watch, the more you feel like they opened up the door to something potentially, and then didn't do anything with it.
I mean, it had no kind of it wasn't a successful film.
No, it wasn't. Like, you know what the thing is? So I was living, I was living in Pensacola really at the time, and surprisingly, this was to a semi-full theater. You know, there were a lot of people in it, and there was a lot of audience response. Like, it was a cool crowd to watch it with, and I think that too also plays a part in how I remember the movie. Maybe I remember
good experience
in the theater, like everybody kind of being into it, laughing at all the jokes and the moments and stuff, and sort of being into it. And I do remember sort of being on edge, like watching this movie for the very first time, as a more naive young film goer. Like I remember there was a stage in my life. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cannot keep going off track. But I remember there was a stage in my life, because I know I'm not there now. There was a point in my life where it didn't matter what movie it was. I was always down to go to the theater.
Yeah.
Give me any rom-com. Give me any documentary. Give me any whatever. I want to go to the theater. Like, I'll go. I don't care what it is to see it. And I go on my own, seek the shit out.
Yeah.
And now it's like, man, I've seeked out so much bullshit that I do not want to waste my time with anymore. I need like some sort of verification. I need some sort of excitement of my own to go and get up and go out and see something. Like if there's just a half chance I might not like something, I'm like, you know what? I think I'll stay home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember,
and it's all going to come on streaming
eventually
at some point anyway.
Right?
You can pre-order Into the Spider-Verse right now for $20 already. It's still in theaters. It's weird, dog.
That's crazy.
It's not how we grew up, dog.
The digital age, though, is crazy, though. I've got to sort of accept the fact that now I'm going to have to start owning digital copies of shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just something to sort of take into account. But, you know,
your
as we get older.
Your newer TVs can save these things. So, you know how trippy that's going to be, being able to just save all your digital content on your television off the dump. It just is what it is.
And
fuck a DVD player, fuck a Blu-ray player. Niggas just on my TV. I downloaded, I bought it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like the shit that the TV's
you want storage on your TV now.
Yeah, it's fucking insane, man. But okay, first time I saw this movie, I was tense when we go into that final showdown with Chris Evans and Common.
That scene was nice. It has a certain intensity about it. Yeah,
like that very first. Like I remember like being like, oh shit, what's gonna happen, man?
Yeah.
How you gonna get out of this, Cap? How you gonna? Oh shit, Cap ain't gonna get out of this. And Cedric, well, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't think you was gonna make it out of this. I just like you just didn't seem like you should have got out of bed this morning.
Your baggage.
Like you should have just stayed your ass in the car. But okay, cool. You here, and it's unfortunate. Common, I'm like, I kind of seen the trailer. I feel like you're gonna die, and sure enough, that's how he dies.
I knew they were cops.
Oh,
I telegraphed a lot of these films. Huh?
Yeah, I just, you know what? When now watching it now, I do sort of feel like, damn, you were like a couple steps behind the movie when you first watched it, and now a lot of the stuff, some of the things, I shouldn't say, not a lot of it, like just one or two things sort of feel a little bit more obvious. Like the Forrest Whitaker thing for sure. It's like watching it now, it's sort of like, well, man, where else could this have gone?
But son,
like,
it's not even that we're so smart. I'm not even saying I'm so smart.
Right.
This is a trope now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There are many other films that we've seen where the best friend is the one really setting you up. The boss is the one really setting you up. The motherfuckers that keep telling you to leave it alone are the ones really setting you up. So it's like when you first start this film off,
leave it alone because it's fucking them.
Right, son. Every time there's certain indicators, certain little triggers, certain red flags that's going to occur. So I'm not even saying like, oh, I'm just like, sometimes I could be like, proud of, I called that. But other times I'm like, nah, nigga, I feel like they had this film is familiar. That's why there's many films just like this movie, so it's hard for this film to stand out. So then we start doing things that other movies do and have done better, or have done, it's just harder to take it.
Makes it worse.
Yeah, it's what makes it worse. You know what I mean? If this movie should have come out years before it came out. It's almost like he made Training Day, but he might have wrote this, but Training Day was just better. I don't know, but
it's like, you know what the weird thing is like I feel like his hands in the dialogue and the execution, because he's the director.
Because the same thing happened in Training Day.
What?
It was ambiguous who you could trust. At the end of the day, Denzel was setting up his young pup.
Right.
Now,
yeah. So with
they did it from a different angle, but it's Forrest and him instead of him and Chris.
But it's like, what if after the fact, later on, a couple years down the way, Ethan Hawke sort of decided, I'm gonna be a murker, and I'm gonna fucking, drink, to numb the pain, but ain't nobody gonna get the drop on me again, baby. And a couple years goes down the line, he's the shit, and this is his story, or whatever. Like, imagine that type of shit. No, guess what? His superior is out to get him again. I don't know.
Present himself as a friend.
Wow, this is weird. I hate that I made that connection.
Dog, because it's some of the same beats, but then they try to take you off of the, I don't know, dog. Like, this movie is a weird one, dog.
But his hand. Oh, I'm sorry. No,
I think it's up its time.
Yeah.
Like, what year did this come out? I'm just saying, like, some films age well.
2008. Yep.
See, some films age well and some films don't. Maybe if I saw this film in 2008 instead of 2019, I probably would have taken it better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I still, I hold on to those fond memories of the first time, but
I didn't see it back then. You know what I mean? Like, certain films, like, watching The Last Dragon. I have never seen The Last Dragon from the beginning to the end.
Oh, do you not like it?
I love it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm loving it, and even though some things have aged, it's a bona fide classic. Because I've watched certain scenes. I remember being real lil and catching parts. But watching it as an adult is a different feel. And easily I could be like, fuck it. It's on Netflix right now. So, so I was like watching the bitch and laughing my ass off, enjoying it, seeing the importance of that film. And I'm just like, yeah. So, like, I can't always, certain films age greatly. That movie came out in the 80s, and even though it's very 80s.
It's very 80s, but it's like, it's still surprisingly.
This film, I think, is very 2000 and probably, I'm going to say it's probably very 2005, but it came out in 2008, but it's not holding up to 2019.
That's fair.
I think we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it there, man.
Yeah.
We're going to leave Street Kings there, man.
We're going to leave Street Kings there. I definitely appreciate you giving your time to this one, good sir.
I had to sit and finally watch it, man.
Thank you, man.
I had to sit and finally watch it just so you can think of a new movie that you just feel like, nah, man, you have to see this.
Now I got to come up with something else now, man. Okay, that was the one, though.
I'm trying to say, is there some idiosyncratic movie that I feel like I got to make you go through?
Okay.
And I can't think of. You ever saw Dewey Cox?
Dewey Cox, Child Star?
Dewey
Cox. Oh, Walk Hard.
Walk Hard.
Yeah.
You saw that?
I saw that in theaters, dude.
That's one of my favorite movies. Okay, see, I'm just like, you see so many movies. I'm gonna think of something, goddamn.
Man, you don't want to do this shit. It's gonna fuck you up. I love that.
That movie.
That's like, I should rewatch it because like I don't have fond memories of that movie. I just only have like a handful of things I remember. Oh no, you know what? Take that back. I did love that movie.
That movie was hilarious.
Okay, it wasn't that movie. I'm thinking of another movie, but I'm thinking now of the moment where I could not stop laughing in the theater, dude. When he's imitating Bob Dylan. And he's singing that fucking song, dude.
And it don't make no sense.
Oh my God,
that bitch don't make no sense, dog.
And I'm just like, how are you all not finding this hilariously funny? Like, how are y'all holding y'all shit together? This shit is so fucking funny. But yeah, no.
And he never paid for drugs. Not once. If you're listening to us right now, you've never seen Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Yeah. If this was the Your30 Podcast and we was doing recommendations as they do on their show, that would be highly recommended.
That one would be. There's the scene where it's just like I gotta give him credit for just being this bold, but like, goddamn, did that not catch me off guard? Where there's just a random penis in the shot for like the entire scene virtually, right? Am I right?
No, I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Nah, what do you got a dick on this movie?
In Dewey Cox?
Because I remember forgetting Sarah Marshall. They had the boy dick out.
No. Dewey Cox, when he's answering the phone.
Oh, yes. After the orgy.
Yeah.
And everybody's naked.
Yeah.
And your boy just stands up. He's just standing there.
He's just standing there the whole time.
With his dick out while your boy's on the phone talking. That was so ignorant.
I was like, yeah.
That was so fucking ignorant. The wrong kid died, y'all. The wrong kid died. Yeah. I love it.
My brother.
No, he a kid with a black man's blues voice. This motherfucker was smell blind, dog. He was making fun of Ray. He couldn't smell anything. Dog, it was parodying so many of these biopics about musical artists. It's crazy. It really was. Yeah, son. So yeah, we done. We finally got through Street Kings. Street Kings. Yeah. But we got more to come, dog. We got Blind Spotting coming. We got Bandersnatch coming.
Have you done it?
I've not done it yet.
I haven't either.
I think J.Steel has. She didn't tell me about it. I think she's hiding the fact, but I think she has.
I've heard real good things about it. I think that's what I'm gonna go home and do.
I think I just hope that we pick completely different things. I think that's what's gonna make it fun. Because the fact that it's an interactive situation like that. I'm trying to think. My
coworker is told me some great things about it. I'm super excited. Actually, now that you remind me of it, I'm definitely gonna go home and do that. So
don't forget to catch Young Justice. I'm trying to see is there anything else on the horizon?
So basically, I've just signed up for Hulu. I'm extremely happy. Should I sign up for the service solely for Young Justice? Is it worth it in that regard? Because I still haven't watched yet. But would it be worth it in that regard, or what do you think?
I don't know.
You wouldn't recommend? You couldn't fully
I am an avid fan, and I love those 3 episodes of Young Justice. But much like I bootleg Titans the whole time, if there was a way for me to bootleg Young Justice, I just would. Right. Because all those films on there I've seen. Like, dog, and they were all just on Netflix. The Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher Batmans were all just on Netflix. Mm-hmm. And now you don't have the Christian Bale ones, the Christopher Nolan ones, because they're on Netflix. So I'm trying to think. I wish y'all need more original programming. Like, I feel like that service, I did it because to me right now, $7 ain't killing me right now a month, but I can always cancel. I most likely will if they don't give me some more original programming. But they need to have some things, because y'all should, like, your DC Universe, you should have all the CW shows on there. Even though it comes on CW TV, but y'all got all these contracts about leasing y'all shit out. But, you know what I mean? I'm going to use it because I'm paying for it. But I'm not jonesing for the Adventures of Lois and Clark. I'm not jonesing just for the first 2 seasons of Batman animated series. And if I watch all of it, what's gonna happen if I watch them 2 seasons? It's like, it's limiting, dog. So as if you're a comic fan, if you just need it in your life, if you're gonna be like me and gonna just be watching shit, yeah. But for right now, you know what'd be cool? If they had, and the thing is, I think they have it on here, but I didn't press play on it yet. And I hope I'm right. If I'm right, y'all need to up that. We both comic nerds to a degree if we don't get to watch the comics. You brought up on one of our previous episodes how sometimes you watch on YouTube these niggas that break down the histories of all of them. I saw some shit like that, but I mean, like, I like the ones that really get into it. There's like 30, 45 minutes of just breaking out everything that went down. I think theirs was shorter. If your shit ain't at least 30 minutes, fuck y'all, DC. But y'all need to have shows on there that's just like for the fan. You need to give me content. If you're going to be your own service, like the WWE Network. Dude, the WWE Network, I'm a wrestling fan. There's virtually them in every match from WCW to WWF, old school to ECW to old wrestling federations. So if I really want to get
pay-per-view events too?
All of it. So if I just want to get lost in the WWE Network, I got a lot of shit to comb through. They've grown to that point because they were sort of limiting when they first came out, but they brought in enough that made you be like, okay, this is enough. Then only way you can watch pay-per-views now is on their network. They don't have pay-per-view set up. So if you're keeping up with them, they make you have to watch something on the network. You need more than Titans, which ended, in Young Justice, which is an animated series, to make me feel like I'm fulfilled. You feel me? So we'll see what happens with the network, dog. I don't know if I answered your question, dog. I think it's one of those you got to feel like if you could let that extra 7, you just added a 7, so you could let that extra 7 go. You hear me?
Yeah, no, you answered it, bro.
If you could find a bootleg, because it's looking like Young is gonna be great, but if it's only for that one show, if Titans, but Doom Patrol I think is about to come. I don't know, dog. I'm gonna let you know, like with Movie Pass. I'll let you know in about a month or 2.
Depending upon back up.
No, but I'm just saying like how I think at one point someone Movie Pass was wondering about like where's it gonna go, and I'm like, all right, we got to see how it's gonna go. I'm gonna give it some time.
Yeah, stick with it for a minute.
Same with DC Universe. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna be like, okay, am I feeling like I'm getting the fix that I deserve after a couple of months? Because it's still new. It just came out a couple of months ago. They're still figuring it out.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, yeah, I guess everybody. I haven't. The only launch I was a part of, was the Netflix launch. Like immediately when they had streaming available.
Yeah.
Like I was already a member. Like I was a part of that first couple. Like it was only like a handful of movies, and then at first it was just shit you didn't really give a shit about.
Yep.
I remember Mad Money being like one of the first things I tested out to see if it actually worked, because I had seen that one before.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, this is a safe one to hit. So and it played through, and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have and it was really, really limited. Actually, that really enlightens a lot of things too now, because I remember when that first launched.
Me too.
Good God, man.
It was limited, and all that
It
weird
was
ass,
very limited.
and weird ass old movies on that
Shit
bitch.
you
Random.
did not want. You were just like, okay, because it was something they had sort of offered for free. Mm-hmm. It was something that's like, oh, well, if you're a member, here you go, you get this as well. But it's like, well, I'm not gonna fucking use this because this is bullshit. You
It was whack.
bullshit for free.
It was really about
And
getting
then-
the DVD sent to you, whatever you
Right.
really want, because all the good shit you had to get sent to you.
Right, yeah, J.Steel, you fucking youngin. So when they became more substantial and they started getting more better titles, then they started separating, and it's like, okay, well, if you want this streaming thing that we started you off with,
It became more of a subscription thing.
It's like you got to pay for both.
Yep.
You dig? And it's like, oh, you bastards.
Right.
Okay, I
We see the
what you
game.
done. Yeah, you put some good shit on here. Let us play with it for a little bit. Now you want to charge me for it. You bastards.
But they
I see
emailed
how
us,
you
said
do
it was coming. I remember
yeah,
that.
they
said it was coming.
They did, but come on, dude. Why give it to you? Know, come
But
on.
it
That's
used to
the
be
game,
cheaper
though.
than it is now.
It used, it used to be. But then the material and stuff. Not when they jumped. Not even then. I don't think they had their own original programming.
No, it was a minute for that.
Right. Yeah, it was a minute for that. So like when it goes up for stuff like that, like I mean, and then again we're in the end of my final season of Orange is the New Black.
I mean, that and House of Cards popped them. Those two titles really popped them. Those
Yeah.
original kicks.
Yeah, but as long as they're giving like content like that, like I feel like it's sort of justifiable for the price point that we're at now. But I just so thinking about that in comparison to DC Universe. Maybe this is their beginning.
Yeah, that's what I think it
and
is.
it's always very rocky, which, when you put it like that, because I'm like, that's what I wanted to say is that I don't have a lot of experience with it, but the one experience I did have sort of resembles this one. So, hopefully they'll, become more exclusive with their stuff. They'll gain rights back from other things, and they'll be able to widen their library. I mean, this is only the beginning.
Yeah,
I'm sure
some
I'm
commercial
sure more is in the works.
Some of these titles gonna get like much how like at a certain point there will be no Marvel Disney shit on Netflix. You know what I mean? That's the point. Or Netflix are gonna have to pay like triple what they're already paying to get certain things on their thing, because Disney Plus is gonna be a real deal. I think to get these DC titles moving forward, CW shit aside, because CW shit I think is always going to go to Netflix the way it does. But to get these movies and shit, I think they're going to go straight to the universe online, or these niggas ain't playing the right kind of ball. They're not playing smart. They need to look at it how Disney is. They need to make their titles, their material, absolutely exclusive to DC Universe Online, especially if they want to keep up a model of us paying for exclusivity, because that's what you're paying for when you get the Disney Plus, when you get the Marvel Unlimited, when you get the DC Universe, when you get certain things, you paying to play, because like you're saying, there's certain shit that you could only get on Hulu. You're looking at this shit like, damn, I didn't get this on Netflix. But there's certain shit on Netflix for the longest you only could get on Netflix that Hulu don't got. So it's like, that's what make you feel like, which punches am I going to go with, because there's something for everybody. But if you trying to tell me I could get your best shit not from you, I'm not gonna go to you.
And it seems like you need to have some sort of hook, I guess, beyond the streaming service. If the streaming part of the service is gonna be your hook, then you need more.
But Tubi
Unfortunately.
TV, don't sleep on Tubi TV, dog. They got like the highest amount of like titles right now, and most people don't know that.
Okay, what's that one?
That's
a new streaming service.
They're not even new. New, dog. And
They're a streaming service.
They're streaming service, and they just collect, because ever since I got on Crackle, it made me want to look at more other streaming services that aren't that aren't like the Netflix, the Hulu, just out of curiosity, because I'm about to be telling people watch get Sony Crackle, check out The Oath. That's a movie. Like, you got to actually go out of your way to get Sony Crackle on your Roku and then watch The Oath. So I started exploring Sony Crackle. Like, damn, they got things on here I didn't know. There's this fire ass X-Men anime. They got this fire ass Wolverine anime on there. There's a bunch of like films that I forgot about that's on there. They have their own original programming on Crackle. There's like shit on here. It's like, dude, there's material on here. Y'all just need more backing and y'all need more mainstream titles. So that made me start looking up what else was out there. And
I had Crackle for a while, and I just did, started using other stuff and never really went back to it. But I did have it for a while.
So I'm just saying, like, it's just good to open your mind that there's all these, because it feels like there's this title war going on between all these streaming services. And a lot of times our minds are just on Hulu, just on Netflix, yeah. And they got PlayStation View, they got Sling TV, they got Tubi TV, and they got Crackle. They got these ones that are absolutely free, you know what I mean, that has these titles on here that you might not even be thinking about. That might be some of your favorite shit growing up or some shit you always wanted to get into, but you never got into, and it's just sitting there. And because Hulu or Netflix didn't put it on your mind to think, oh, they got other avenues I can get content without paying all this money, dude, try it. Because I was happy when I went down my Crackle tunnel. Now, my brain is still programmed to Netflix and Hulu, so I'll be forgetting about it again because I'm still so programmed to Netflix and Hulu. We've been talking
so much there. It's so easy to get lost.
Dude, it is.
It's so intimidating.
But I'm still going to say, dog, check out your Tubi TVs, check out your PlayStation Views, check out your Sling, check out your Crackle, check out these other avenues, dog, because you never know what you could be missing. Straight up and down.
Fair enough.
Straight up and down.
I agree.
And I'm happy that you found out about Steven Universe. You told me off mic.
Yeah, sorry, right. I did tell you that so I got my Steven Universe on, and I get the opening now.
My dude has been on this show all this time. Has not gotten the opening.
I was just like, no, I haven't. And it would have been really easy to Google the opening, but I was like, I wanted to watch an episode, and it's like they're only 11 minutes, so it's like I've kind of downed a couple of them. But it's like, yeah, when I hear it now, I'm like, I let it play through too, and I'm just like, and then genius, because whatever one of you niggas said that Arrogant Observer is Steven Universe.
Alpha Joe said that.
Oh my God.
Alpha Joe said that. Alpha Joe said he is now. Whatever you dog.
The first just 5, I don't know, man. I don't know how long. I don't want to exaggerate it. It was literally a couple minutes, though. I could not stop laughing. Yeah. I am I'm crying, laughing, because I'm like, oh, this is what they meant.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my God, that is so perfect. He beat me to it.
But Lawrence wears it with a badge of honor. He said he is.
He does.
It all fits.
It all fits. But I was just like, in the beginning about the I want to say the first episode is about those ice cream sandwiches, I think, or whatever. But anyway, it's somewhere in the beginning. And just him in those shorts, and which I've seen him always make fun of him when he wears those shorts over. And just him in those shorts, and that shirt, I was like, this is just funny. I don't know. I had a picture in my hand. I had a real picture in my hand. And
his co-host on the Your30 Podcast is going to kick his ass.
He is. He's so good.
I can't wait to hear about it.
He's got to make it to this point. And that's right.
You challenging Lawrence on a long day at work. He's going to get to this damn point. And I'll be like, hey, I didn't stir this pot. I'm usually trying to stir the pot. I didn't stir this pot.
But it's funny.
But yeah, guys.
Yeah. I can't help but smile because that picture will be in my head forever. Whenever I have a bad day, that's the thing I'm going to think about.
It's the Steven Universe, man. He's Larry Universe.
He sure the fuck is.
Larry Universe.
Yeah.
But it's that actor guy, Martin Bats Bradford, Mr. Bats in the building, man. You can find me at Mr. Bats, spelling Mr. out on all your social media platforms. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. That is dat with a D. Anything that you tell us to watch, we gonna watch. We got some more on the docket that we got to get up to. We did Street Kings.
Yeah, finally.
Get that Deep Space Nine episode again from Lawrence so we can watch that. You gotta throw that in the docket. We gotta throw that in the docket.
Okay.
Anybody out there that had something we may have forgotten about, send it to us at reviewingdat@gmail.com. You dig?
We had a long docket last time.
Yeah, I feel like on the review on that year-end Megazord joint, they had like at least 3 joints.
Yeah.
So I'm going to re-listen to that. At least it's at the end and find out what people said we going to have to watch. We're going to watch that shit.
But you can find me, your favorite host, Marty, M-A-R-T-Y, Edwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowrainpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab, like, rate, share. I co-host the show there with, what's his name? The Arrogant Observer. Don't forget it because apparently his stare is deadly. Mm-hmm. Side-eye, I'm sorry. It's a side-eye.
It's a side-eye.
Deadly.
You don't want that Larry Universe side-eye.
You don't want that on you. But give us a 5-star review on iTunes and we will read it on the show. Yeah, baby. That's all I got.
That's all we got, man. So, yeah, thanks for riding with us, man. Till next round. Shouts out to J.Steel. Hit her up at IamJSteel_ or at FatGirlNola or at JessicaJohnson.com. She got a bunch of things going on. So, follow the girl, man. She's going to be on the next episode. She's going to be back.
If I may, sir, I want to say thank you for giving me a little bit of your time on this trip down Street King's memory lane for me. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Hey, man.
Very, very much. I've been begging for years, y'all. Yeah. And I finally got it. I just want to say thank you. I'm a member of the Rockefeller family, y'all.
Well, until the next mediocre film, guys.
All right. I could not be prouder of my man.
Do